because you're from Houston, and because this is MKLeo, his autopilot's pretty good, right? It was a friendly, yes, but don't worry, because, well, also another thing, I don't normally take VODs of characters I'm not 100% familiar with, and I know you're not actually a very new player, right? But because it was Leo, I thought it'd be interesting to see. Now, I did watch, I saw that it was only 3 minutes long. I did notice it was just one match, right? And later down in the comments, you said, the comments, you're very nice. You're like, hey, it's just online friendlies. That's very nice, right? Very, very humble of you. Leo himself is pretty humble, right? It said after the first match, which, oh, this is after the first match, which you were 3-stocked. You went all out. Sorry, I misread that. Arigato. I don't know what the response to that is, but you're welcome. And so yeah, so game 1 you got 3-stock. This is how you play it. This is game. This is, oh, you submitted the game you won. Okay. In general, you want to ideally submit a game where you lost, and the more badly you lose, the more I could probably learn. So like, let's just say it was a best of 5 and it's game 5 and you got absolutely destroyed in theory. That would have been the best game to submit. I think submitting the game you won is less helpful in general. However, don't worry, right? This isn't going to be a learning experience for the both of us, since I haven't reviewed a friendly from Lego before, right? So we're going to see what we can learn. And also, hello, Ant. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I just saw that, right? It says both Arachnos and Ant start with the letter A. So I'm like, wait. I thought it was the same person. So anyways. So with that out of the way, let's get started. I'm going to start with my usual disclaimer. Oh, what's up, dude? Not much. Going to get started with this VOD review. So this is a usual disclaimer that I really need anybody who watches this in the future to understand, right? It is very tempting to try to bully these players. Well, in this situation, bully one player. Probably won't be bullying Leo, right? We probably might be tempted to bully our good friend here, Arakinos, for submitting this VOD, because it's very easy in hindsight, right? In video, right, with all the hindsight in the world, it's very easy to dissect Arachnos' play and be like, oh, look at this idiot, look at all this dumb options he picked, what a noob. And if that's the way you're thinking, just stop, right? Do not attack these players, right? If anything, you need to be praising these players because they're setting an example. Because having the maturity required to open yourself up to posting a VOD on the internet and have it torn apart by someone and making you look like an idiot to the rest of the world, all for the sake of knowledge and learning, is not easy. There's too many players who refuse to put their pride aside and rather think they're good at this game rather than actually have someone tell them, wow, look at everything you're doing wrong. It's not easy for a lot of people psychologically. So when a player does take the initiative and open themselves up for critique, you need to follow their example. So I don't want to see anyone bullying Arachnos or even Leo, but especially not Arachnos. Hello, Nico. Thank you for stopping by. That's a nice sub badge you got there. Where'd you get it? Alright, so fun fact. Okay, Nico, let's hear the fun fact before we get started. Let's hear it. You have tweet notifications on for me so you know when I'll go live? Wait a minute, can't you just, for you enjoy my streams? Thank you so much, Nico. I actually usually forget to tweet when I'm going live. Ow. So if you had, ow, I just hurt myself actually. So if you had the stream notifications, right, for on Twitch itself, that'd probably be more optimal. But thank you anyways. I don't tweet very often, so I'll try not to spam you. It's usually just a satirical shitpost, or I'm going live. But sometimes Twitch doesn't work. Oh yeah, it do be like that. Ant said, excited to watch this VOD, see how you didn't learn. Hey, okay. So let's get started, right? Hey, what's up, Rolo? You came just in time. So this VOD is actually quite interesting, Rolo. It's, as you see, it is in fact Leo. It's the Leo Byleth, and it's friendlies. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna try to focus on everything Arachnos did wrong, right? So, oh man, Leo's probably got something really smart to say, but we're gonna have to mute it. That's a shame. Should probably get some background music. I don't want it to be so boring. I know it's a VOD review. Is lo-fi hip-hop, am I allowed to stream lo-fi hip-hop in the background? Or will I get demonetized? We'll find out. Get this really quiet. So this is actually how I like to review VODs. Is I turn on some 24/7 lo-fi hip-hop on low volume, right? And I just sit there. You upped the PT voice acting to 6K? Yes, because as it turned out, I needed time. I need time to perfect it, right? When that gets redeemed, I want that to be quality. But you love that mix? Yeah, a big fan. If they demonetize me, I deserved it. Okay. So we're gonna get started here. The resolution is a little awkward. Arachnos, did you edit this? Did you edit this video, or was this like Leo's stream? It was like this. Samasu. Bereto. What the fuck is a Bereto? Anyways. You think it will mute the stream if it detects copyright? Oh no! This can't be copyright. For that portion. Okay, well Arachnos is here. Alright, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it just this one time. So we're gonna learn today. Okay, Arachnos. That's okay. I like the cute little editing. It's gonna be really hard. Can I zoom? I'm gonna have to zoom in actually. Oh. I did not think about this. Okay. Oh no, how to get rid of this banner? Wait. Big brain. Okay, that didn't work. Oh god, get this out of here. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. Full screen? Okay, perfect. Now can I zoom in? Oh, I can't zoom in when it's full screened. Wait. Oh! No, still not gonna work. Okay. You know how to upload best quality? I think YouTube is better than Facebook. When did you upload this? Oh, April 30th. Yeah, it's just I'm trying to zoom in on the actual game because it's pretty small. Okay, I think this is as good as it's gonna get. So bear with me here, right? We're gonna try our best here. You know, oh, this song just said they don't want to be an ant. I'm sorry, ant. Oh, I don't want to be an ant either. That's tough. I'm sorry, ant. Anyways. Yo, shit. And the guy, too. Alright, whatever. We're gonna get into this. Alright, so you start the game. Let me see what you pick. You choose to charge shot. Stay on the platform, but Leo chose arrow. Now, very interesting. Alright, so notice that Leo did a little movement thing here, right? He also dropped from the platform and charged a projectile, and you stood on the platform and charged a projectile. I think in general what you'll find is higher level players will favor dropping through the platform, right? Because you don't want to get stuck on this platform, because what if Leo didn't charge his projectile? What if he ran off the platform, right? Or dropped through the platform and started running forward? Now all of a sudden, you're stuck on this platform, and I know canceling the charge doesn't take forever, but fundamentally, if an opponent's running at you and you're on the platform, you need to get off, right? So I understand why at the start of the game you're charging, right? Because there's a lot of distance between you two. If you're going to do this though, drop through the platform and buffer the charge. That way you're at least charging at ground level, and you could charge it, and you can cancel the charge and be in a better position. And then you actually see that's what Leo did, right? He charged his projectile, right? But he launched it. That way, okay, you know what? Worst case scenario, I'm still on ground level. I got nothing on a projectile, right? So I think that just drop through, charge, and if opponent approaches you stupidly, you can launch it and start your funny charge shot combos, or you can just retreat, right? So yeah, I don't know if this is something you do normally, but I wouldn't recommend just sitting here and charging charge shot every single game. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because now you cancel it with shield. Uh-oh. Now you gotta fall through the platform. Like, I mean, granted, you got the hit here, right? And since I've never reviewed your VOD before, this is probably the first time I'm going to talk to you about this concept, and it's separating the result from the expected outcome. Just because you got the hit, when you review a VOD, it's not good to just see how you got the hit and say, oh, I should do that more often, right? You gotta go a little bit slower and think about the situation and think about how likely, right, that it is that you'll actually win the exchange, right? You can't win them all the time, but you could put yourself in positions to win exchanges more often than you lose them. I think fundamentally being stuck on this platform is not an advantageous position. Now, you dropped and you zared, and that's not the worst option in the world, right? But fundamentally, what if this was a faster character, right? What if this was a ZSS and you dropped to the platform and they schmooved over here, and you're like, oh, you wouldn't have been able to zair in time. They would have been right under you. So yeah. So you got this hit, you got the zair into grab. Is that true? That's crazy. If that's true, that's crazy. Okay, whatever. So you got the zair, you got the grab. You got the charge shot to the re-grab. Oh, you... oh, shit. Okay, there's only one thing I don't like here, right, about this exchange, and it's a little subtle. We're gonna slow it down, so... oh my god. What's happening? Oh, I zoomed in. That's what's happening. We're gonna slow this down. It's sometimes true. Okay, so... we're gonna go at quarter speed, and I'm sorry if that's painfully slow, but it'll help. Please give me the 1080p. I need that 1080p quality. Okay. So, after you got this hit, you got the grab, the down throw, you did a little jab right here. Which indicates to me, if this jab completely whiffed, I don't know why. That's probably misinput. You know what? Misinputs happen. Maybe you're trying to buffer a forward air, right? The jump didn't come out. I don't know what it is. The point is, your next option of launching the charge shot, I think, if you know nothing about your opponent, shooting this charge shot is probably very unlikely to have worked, because your opponent had more than enough time to pick any option. And I'm not entirely sure it was a fake Haven. Whoa, I don't even know what that means. What do you mean with fake? It was a fake jab? It was a jab Haven? Okay, the point is, so you did a jab 1, right? Now, if this is some insane setup you had in your mind, like, I'm going to whiff this jab in order to bait my opponent to air dodging and then launch a charge shot, sure, right? Now, Leo was lazy here, I think, because he's just channeling up, so he just buffered an air dodge out of hit stun, but I don't think better players will buffer this air dodge. Like, look at this right here. Like, he actually literally just buffered an air dodge, and not only that, he buffered a directional air dodge down, a jab fake out to land the charge shot. I don't think... okay, so your jab 1's really fast, right? By the time a player reacts to the jab, they're more likely... like, I appreciate the creativity. However, specifically here, so your jab 1 is like, has 17 frames of end lag, right? And by the time your opponent has reacted to the jab, like you just down threw them. Mentally, most opponents aren't even going to look at that jab. I'll be honest with you. So few players are actually going to look at the jab and be like, oh, now I can air dodge. I don't think that's very likely. I think what's more likely, am I zoomed in right? I think what's more likely is that your opponent is going to pick an option after that down throw because they think, hey, what's up, Wumbo? We're just reviewing a VOD. So I think after you down throw the opponent, right, I think what's more likely is that your opponent is going to expect a forward air, right? Rather than you stay grounded and whiff a jab. Like the opponent can't even process that, right? They're still mentally processing. They just got down thrown. They're like, statistically, this Samus will probably forward air. So either they'll jump back or air dodge back. The reason Leo air dodged here was either he was lazy or he's just chatting it up, you know, he's not really like actively thinking, because he did also a directional air dodge straight towards the ground, which is explicitly not optimal. But most players, I think, would either jump back or air dodge to the platform or air dodge, and if they are air dodging, it is not in reaction to the jab. It is in reaction to the throw and being put in the air above you. So with that being said, you can accomplish the same result without doing the jab. I think if you just down throw and sat there, that's fine, right? That's fine, because you could test your opponent this way. Down throw, do nothing, and watch your opponent. There are some opponents who will just air dodge, and then you have time to react to that air dodge and throw out your charge shot. And if they don't, if they just jump, you can more quickly run forward without being stuck in that jab animation, right? Because you notice, I believe your opponent was out of tumble during your jab animation. So that could be like wasted movement, like wasted time. Like you jabbed, right now your opponent can act and you're still stuck in jab, right? And they're definitely not, and look, he air dodged just a few frames after the jab. That's too fast for him to have seen it. In general, it takes about 20 frames, right? When you add in input lag and human reaction time, it takes about 20 frames, right? From visual indicator to a button being expressed in the game. And that's assuming perfect reaction time. This is assuming that, oh, he jabbed, let me, 1 frame, I'm gonna air dodge. Nobody thinks like that. And this happened too quickly, right? So anyways, I think your same intent could have been accomplished by pressing nothing. Yeah, he definitely air dodged way too quickly after that jab. There's no way he saw that jab. So granted this worked, but I think you could accomplish the same thing without that jab. There are definitely times to fake out an opponent with a jab 1, right? But you need to know when that jab 1 is actually working and when they're reacting, when they're thinking about something else. Here they're thinking about something else. So you get the jab. The point is, so you got the hit. You got the hit. Okay, you got the grab. Good. Now what? You back throw. Oh, I see. You were trying to force a tech on the platform with the back throw? Okay. Okay. That's why you back threw? You're really close to landing on that platform. Okay, now you're going to run forward. Hey! What did you do? Hold up. It's hard to see because of the video. Did he tech? No, he just landed. Okay. So he just landed with air dodge. I mean, I think you... Oh, you're saying yes to forcing the tech? Did you jump here thinking that he was going to land on the platform with the tech? If this was a situation, right, you actually have time during this back throw. I know here it's a little ambiguous. It honestly would fake me out, right? But you think about, if my opponent does tech on the platform, where do I want to be, right? And I think the position you put yourself in right here is not a good one unless you're just trying to style on your opponent with a down air. but I don't think that's very... You did trying to read a jump. Okay. Then you nair. Okay. However, that's fine. Going for these reads is fine. Your opponent has to pick an option. However, you had plenty of time as you were running. Alright, so you should have reacted to the fact that they air dodged to the ground, and you kind of jumped in a position where there was no way they could have been in the air because they had just landed with lag. Right here, right? So now you're like, okay, they have landed with lag. But you had preemptively jumped, right? So you're kind of wishing now you put yourself in the air before they could have ever put themselves in the air. So even if you're reading a jump, you did this too early and not reacting to what had happened. So I understand maybe when you did this back throw, right now you're thinking, okay, they might jump. That's fine. It is fine to have an option in anticipation. However, at this moment, you have been presented with new information. That information was they air dodged towards the ground. So now you're running forward, right? You jump preemptively. They're still on the ground, and then you nared. Now, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this nair, right? When you're trying to read a jump, you're never going to know exactly, it's going to be really hard to know exactly what frame they're going to input jump, right? So it's going to be a little fuzzy. Like, you know that they're going to jump, but you don't know the exact frame when, right? And that's fine. So you need to pick a hitbox, ideally that's lingering and covers the biggest possible area to try to catch your opponent. You have that. You have that with fair. If you're trying to read the jump, you could either try to zair them, which is very non-committal and it's very long, so even if you whiff it, it's not too bad, or you have fair. And fair itself isn't terribly committal, and it covers a big area, right? And it's lingering. I know the nair is lingering too, but they kind of have to like, you kind of have to like slice them. So, okay, but it happens. You know what? Sometimes we get the wrong guesses, and it'd be like that. What matters is, what do you do? Okay, so right now you should react. Oops, I have whiffed an air. Okay, you won't get a chance. You got hit, that's fine. Okay, you've fallen out. You do the bomb, that's pretty typical. Yeah, it's okay to be really funny with your bomb movement. As long as an opponent doesn't call you out or for it, it's fine. Basically, just like annoy them until they prove you otherwise. Okay, fine. I won't just mash bomb at disadvantage. Watching my VOD review, doing a review of my play would be trash because I don't think enough to justify any of my choices. No, I actually think that that's still fine. There's always something to learn, right? Because it's gonna be kind of hard to learn how to think, right? It takes, how do I say this? It's kind of a catch-22 because you say I'm not good enough for a VOD review yet. It's like saying you're not good enough, you're not thin enough to start a diet, or you're not buff enough to go to a gym, right? VOD reviews are helpful for anyone of any skill level, so I can help you identify what you need to learn so you can learn more quickly and put you on the right track, right? A review of your play wouldn't be trash. Maybe it's fine if the play itself is trash. It just means what I would cover is different, right? And most players, almost all players, right? If you really look at like the 99% of players, they are also not thinking enough to justify their choices. And that's fine. This game is hard. You're not going to be thinking about every single choice you can do. This is all in the heat of the moment things. It's just by preemptively thinking, you can help put yourself in a better position so that next time you're running at an opponent after you back throw them, you could better position yourself. So anyways, in my opinion, again, you're the Samus main, so this is your responsibility to know what is the best option for covering a person's jump when you read it. From playing against Samus's, I believe that option is fair. Now, this nair, again, it's not terrible, right? It's not terrible. I still think you could have played this better, though. It's fine. So you got hit with nair. Leo's backer is gonna whiff. Okay, you're now at the corner. Ooh, okay, aggressive jump. You know what? It's early on in the set. You're not at kill percent. You're only at 13%. So you know what? This type of aggressive play is fine. Because this is something some players will never... There's a problem. And that some players, they hear never do this, so they never do it. Or some players are the opposite, and they only do this, right? So... This is just a quick side note. These aggressive jumps, when you're at low percent, you have nothing to lose. You're like, okay, Byleth can't cheese me if I have no jump. I have a good recovery. I'm Samus, whatever. I'm probably not going to die here. And if I recover aggressively, right, and it hits my opponent, you get a lot of reward and you avoid the ledge trap situation. So it's fine. It is greedy, though. It's important to analyze why it's greedy, right? And you need to know when to not do it. Just a side note. I don't know if this will be a problem. Well, we'll find out. So you get back on the stage. So you got this hit. Nice fair. Your opponent jumped. Okay. Ooh, you were a little off. You were a little off with your movement here. I think you jumped too soon. Yeah, you definitely jumped too soon, so you just misspaced yourself. And this is just probably unfamiliarity with the matchup or your character, but you're pretty familiar with your character. So more likely than not, it's probably unfamiliarity with the matchup, and you thought, or maybe you thought they were going to jump towards you, right? But in theory, when an opponent burns their double jump, you don't immediately have to jump yourself, right? Because you're kind of giving up the advantageous position you had. Like it's not like Byleth is going to like very quickly down there you, right? It's not like they're going to instantly reposition themselves. Like no, they're stuck in the air now for a bit, right? They're not like it's not like a fast faller where you have to guess now or you give up this advantage state. No, they're floaty, right? They don't have a mobility option, which means if you see them burn their jump, stay on the ground. You can just stay on the ground and keep running to try to shark them, right? Because jumping up into the air yourself, as you can see here, you got mispositioned, and this jump, what went wrong here was jumping right here. Because now you have given up the positional advantage you had, and now you're too far away to actually get anything true, right? And then you just float here, and now, granted, the Byleth picked an aggressive option. They chose to jump towards you, right? And do an aggressive option that had basically no chance of working. And you did a nair, which was very late. I don't know what you were reacting to here. It's hard to tell in the heat of the moment, right? But the point is, the better positioning here would have been for you to keep running forward. And even if Byleth tries to land this forward air, it's not safe. So we're going to go to ultimateframedata.com. Remember, I know you know that your up B is frame 4. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have a frame 4 out of shield option. So we're going to go to Byleth, Byleth, or whatever her name is. So you see this forward air. -7 or -6. Ouch. That's not safe. That's not safe at all, right? And they did it really high up. If you had just stayed on the ground, how is Byleth going to land? They're going to nair your shield? That's an up B out of shield. They're going to fair your shield? That's an up B out of shield, right? Byleth can't land if she has no mix-ups left. You could just play patient, right? So basically you pre-committed and you lower the chances that you actually consistently get a follow-up. So yeah, in the future, if you react to your opponent burning their jump close to the ground, just keep running forward. You haven't checked frames on Samus yet. Arachnos, you told me you're a Samus main. You told me that you're the world-famous Samus main from Houston. Whatever. It'd be like that. So, or not sure how to play this stuff 100%. It's fine. On its own, when you look at frame data, on its own, it's meaningless. Right? Without the context of the entire game, looking at these visualizations, these numbers, are meaningless. You come from Smash 64, yo, let's go. But so yeah, these numbers on their own, it's meaningless unless you have the experience to give them context, right? So it's really hard to apply this. So I'm gonna help you out, right? I'm gonna try to help you out here. Wow, Zero only has 8 frames of landing lag. It's kind of nice. Anyway, so your up B out of shield is frame 4, which is quite quick. It's actually very, very, very quick. This is very good. And it goes a little bit in front of her, but it's not terrible. It's not a massive range, but it's good enough. So that if anyone touches your shield and they're on top of you, that's a screw attack out of shield. And it's free damage. We definitely take free damage. Point is, but you chose to go into the air preemptively, try to anti-air, but you don't have to. You don't have to go for this anti-air. In principle, I think you probably shouldn't, because if you stay grounded, your opponent has no double jump. Just exploit the advantageous position. It looks amazing. The up B, hell yeah, it is amazing. But unfortunately, you overcommitted in a sense. I know this is a really vague term, right? Because it's easy to say, oh, well, I must have overcommitted, but what are your alternatives? So just keep in mind your alternative here was just stay grounded, and especially against an opponent that has no safe landing option, right? Or has poor aerial mobility. Just exploit the fact that if you're grounded, you have a positional advantage. You have access to all your moves. You can shield, and then you actually have an out of shield option. Some characters in this game don't have an out of shield option, so them chasing, like, if you try to chase, let's just say you literally have no out of shield option, and then you're chasing a Palu, and she back airs your shield. Oh, well, I guess that's that. The frame data in up B, yes. It is raining outside. Okay, so you're gonna, ooh, this air dodge was quirky. Now, this air dodge worked out, but I don't think you had the right idea. So let me explain. I think you tried to tech roll in, but the fact that an air dodge came out is actually indicator that you didn't have the tech at all, right? So try to attack land or A land or whatever you call it. You want to abuse the auto. See how your moves have auto cancel windows? 1 through 8, 1 through 7, 1 through 2, 1 through 3. Okay, so do either nair or back air. Since back air has the biggest auto cancel window, you probably want to do that one, right? But nair is just 1 frame less and has less landing lag in case you mess this up. If you do the aerial, right? If you need to recognize when you don't have to tech, right? It's very important to know when you have to tech, but more also as important is when not to tech. This is a situation where you did not have to tech, right? What you could have done here is you could have pressed the A button to do a neutral air and fast fallen, and then you would have auto canceled it, which means you only suffer 4 frames of landing lag, right? And then you could just, like, 4 frames of landing lag, put up shield, and you completely avoided the tech situation, right? The tech, being in a tech situation is significantly worse. It's way laggier, and if you air dodge into the ground, right? Either you're gonna eat air dodge lag, or you're gonna put yourself in a tech situation when you don't have to. You could also jump, but then jump puts you in disadvantage, right? So if your intent is to just land as fast as possible, right, you could just attack land. And you can see, right, they're too far away to get a true punish if you do the attack land thing. And I went too far. So yeah, right here, 100%. You could have just done a nair, fast fallen, and held shield if you want. Point is, this is a fake tech situation. You didn't have to air dodge. Now, granted, you did air dodge past them. So if this was 100% intentional, like, oh, I know my opponent's going to dash attack, let me air dodge through them, right, and get this follow-up. Sure, if that was the intent, then it was fine, but I know that wasn't the intent, because what you do afterwards is you do a bomb roll. So that shows to me you didn't know, you definitely did not have it planned, right, to do this, because you didn't recognize that right now you had an advantage, and you could just jab your opponent or something like that. You could have jabbed, you could have done something else. Because look at this, Byleth is stuck in lag, and you give up your advantage by bomb rolling away, which I don't ever think you should do that bomb roll right there. Oh yes, it was a mistake, or it was intentional. But so anyways, now this bomb roll here, very sus. I'm not very sure about this. Now, I just don't see the viability of if you're doing this bomb roll to place a hitbox and get away. I kind of get that, but you went for a bomb instead of F smash. I can see you went for the bomb, but why? As you know, the bomb activation box is pretty small, right? So, or in case you didn't know, the air dodge was intentional. You're crazy. Okay, so if the air dodge was intentional, for next time, think of an optimal punish. This bomb is definitely not the optimal punish, and if your opponent had just like rolled, your opponent could have rolled through you, and then you was stuck in lag. So yeah, so the actual bomb activation is a little smaller than the radius for the activation is a little smaller. Obviously, the explosion is big. You knew that, right? The radius is a little small, so there's no way that bomb was going to hit them. Okay, so anyways, they do a funky nair. This was a quirky nair that they did, so they naired it into your bomb. So it kind of worked out, but even though, okay, you know what? Fine. You got the bomb. It hit them. Wispy once told you that? Oh, okay. So they did this quirky little bomb. You did this quirky bomb, but then they did a funny nair, which honestly I don't know why, but you got the bomb hit, and you got no follow-up because you were still so close to the bomb it made you bounce again. So look. So you definitely had no time to punish that bomb, and by the time you get out of bomb roll, look how far away your opponent is now, right? And you did a forward tilt. Okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I think what happened here is you didn't think that the bomb was going to bounce you up again. Right? That caught you by surprise. So you did a forward tilt thinking that you could do the forward tilt right now, and maybe you held it down or you buffered it. I don't know. Right? So this forward tilt clearly whiffs. Right? It'd be like that. Sometimes we place hitboxes that didn't have a good chance of hitting the opponent. Yeah, you definitely had time to react to the fact that they jumped, right? So just reassess the situation. This comes with time, and this is pretty hard to convey, but a lot of players, they make decisions based on the situation they're seeing now, right? So that like the given time slice that they're seeing right now, they'll make a decision that won't properly reflect the reality in 20 frames by now, right? Or by the time you input that forward tilt, right? By the time that comes out, what would the game look like, right? And that's a type of intuition that really comes just through time and experience. When you're new to a character, it can be hard to think of the future like this, but you kind of have to, right? Because it kind of feels like this forward tilt was made because you saw them get hit and you're like, oh, what if they land? What if they press no buttons? But realistically, they're going to press a button. And either they were going to hit you if that button was an attack, or they can jump away, causing your forward tilt to whiff. The point is, your forward tilt working here is very unlikely. Because your opponent would have to press literally no buttons. Also, they could have just done nothing and held shield. That's another common option. Players will get hit, they don't know what's happening, so they hold shield. Your forward tilt's not safe on shield. I think it's not safe on shield. Yeah, it is minus 17, 16, 15. Maybe against Byleth it's safe because she doesn't have a really fast shield option. If you're ever curious, you could go look at her aerials. How fast are her aerials? Frame 12. It's pretty slow. So that's frame 15 out of shield. That could have probably connected. Point is, in general, your forward tilt isn't the most amazing, like, I'm going to go box out my opponent. I'm going to be the boxing Samus who uses my forward tilt. It's not terrible. But if you thought they were going to shield, down tilt I think is better because not only does it come out quicker, it pushes them away. Yeah, it's minus 27, but they would have to drop shield and come in and have very quick reactions, which a lot of players don't. Is this snapping thing annoying? I'm going to stop. I snap to myself when I watch VODs. So when I review VODs, I snap, and it could be really annoying. But anyways, if you thought they were just gonna land on the ground and press nothing, grab is more likely to work. If you thought they were gonna jump in the air, you could have forward aired them, right? But forward tilting shows me that you weren't really sure, and it does. Also, you could have pressed nothing and waited, but you pre-committed to the forward tilt, which is not likely to cover options. But this is just something that comes with time, is knowing when to be patient, because the amount of hit stun moves is very. It's moved. Every single move has a different amount of hit stun, and it has to become intuitive to you, right? How long do all my moves leave my opponent in disadvantage? How much mentally, you just need to know frame advantage. In other fighting games, you can memorize frame advantage or disadvantage from hits or on block, but because Smash, it scales with the opponent's percent and with your own rage, you just need to get a feel for it. So anyways, enough about that. They have jumped over you. Your forward tilt has whiffed. Let's see what you do next. They land into a forward tilt? Why did they do that? Okay, well, whatever. They fast fell, they landed. They did a forward tilt. I don't even think that was a good option. Frame 8? Whatever. Okay, let's just get on with it. But it hits you. What do? You miss a tech. Okay. You know what? It'd be like that. It's Wi-Fi. I get it. We miss techs, right? But I think you definitely had time. Let's see. So when you're watching a VOD, right here, whenever you see the smoke trail disappear, that means you're out of hit stun. You can now act. So if you're ever curious when you're watching a VOD, look for this white smoke trail, because that's when you can't do anything, right? So smoke trail is over, you can act. So you definitely, not only do you have time to tech this if you wanted to tech it, which, spoiler alert, you don't. You're so close to the ground, you don't have to tech. Do the thing I told you earlier, nair, fastball. Instead you miss the tech, which is one of the worst options you could pick. But see how they actually read that you're gonna jump, because they actually can recognize, right? Once you use this move enough, the forward tilt, they're like, okay, this is a fake tech situation. A lot of players recognize fake tech situations and either choose to jump out of it, right, or attack land. They actually thought that you're gonna jump out of it, but you didn't. You actually missed a tech, which is like, oops, that's the no mix-up mix-up. Let's go. But then you chose to roll and to hold shield. Oh, but they did a jab 1-2. Oh, they did a multi-jab into your shield. Very sus. Very sus gameplay coming all around. So that roll, that's a really laggy tech roll, alright? So you gave your opponent the best chance possible to punish you. After you miss that tech, rolling towards them is 100%, especially when you're in this corner, right? Like, you just neutral get up. I think neutral get up maximizes your chance, unless or just wait there, right? Or just wait there and then pick an option, or neutral get up. But rolling towards them, I don't think is good, with the exception that you know they're going to charge a smash attack that has a tipper. And if you're at kill range for that tippered smash attack, which, actually you could be, Byleth smash attack kind of nice, right? Then rolling towards them so they can get the sour spot is like the only situation I can imagine where you should be doing this roll after missing a tech. Anyways, you actually, as you can see, then you rolled in and you held shield and they multi-jab. So this worked out in the end, only because they chose to jab. And they didn't even do a jab mix-up. It was just jab 1, 2, 3. They're just chilling. It just worked out. Okay, you got the parry, you got the grab. So this worked out, but you can see what I mean, that in principle, I don't think this should have worked out, right? I think this was more your opponent misplayed, rather than you picking optimal options in disadvantage. And that's okay. That's okay, right? It is your opponent's responsibility to punish and to not misplay. And if they misplay, a W is a W. It's not your fault they're misplaying. We take those. It's a game. Alright, so Okay, I think this forward air was... Okay, so you up through them? Oh, it's so hard to see. Hold up. So you up through them, they jumped. Okay, if you're in this position, in general, when you're really high up above your opponent, don't jump. So anyone watching this right now, don't actually do this jump, right? 9 times out of 10, this is going to be a bad jump because, unless Byleth has... How laggy are Byleth's aerials? Let's find out. It might actually be a good jump, assuming... Ew, 51, 39, 46. Gross. Okay, so Byleth has pretty laggy aerials, except maybe forward air. Even if you main Game & Watch, I hate you, Sliver. Get out of here. Don't get out of here, Sliver. I'm sorry. Right? If you main Game & Watch, right? You can still nair to get out of tumble. You can still fair, right? You can still have mix-ups. You can save your jump right before you land, and then you can mix up your opponent, and then you can up B, and then you can key. Game & Watch has a lot of mix-ups, but by preemptively jumping, you remove that mix-up. Now, obviously, when you up B, you lose your jump anyways, so if you're going to be keying and up B'ing anyways, maybe that jump isn't so bad, right? But that's just because your up B burns your jump. You just mash there because it's a second shield. Oh my god. But anyways, we're talking about Byleth, not Game & Watch, right? But Byleth burned their jump, which means right now you're at a huge advantage. Because now, how's Byleth going to land? Also, Byleth, keep in mind, doesn't have the greatest aerial attributes. They're not going to drift away from you they don't have funny air drift, or they don't have a really crazy mechanic, right? So right now, you should be... Oh, they actually jumped? Yo, I'm going to take this free disadvantage state. But instead, you chose to jump up and forward air. You had no reason to go for this trade. You had no reason to go for this trade. In fact, trying to trade minimizes... You lower your chances of success by jumping up into the air against your opponent and going for a trade, right? You just needed to stay on the ground, right? And get a better guaranteed punish, right? Rather than risking to jump up here, because even if you hit this forward air, you would have gotten damage, yeah, right? And maybe you could have kept it going, but it's not like you would have killed. Like, that wasn't going to be a killing forward air. That wasn't going to be just some insane 1,000 damage forward air, right? So you choosing to jump into here, right? It actually did not work out, and I think it's also the wrong idea in general, right? So rather than think, maybe I should have spaced my fair better, no, think my opponent jumped, has limited options to land, I should probably stay grounded and either out of shield this nair that they're landing with, or try to like space, like try to catch their landing with a grab. Your grab has really big range, so it can be used to catch a landing. It can be hard to deal with. Your opponent will have to time a fast fall, press nothing, right? Like there's so much counterplay you can do by staying on the ground. By jumping into the air, you're limited to hoping, to wishing. You don't want to be wishing. Right now, the Byleth was wishing that this trade would work, but it did. And you can probably see why that trade worked. Like the nair kind of goes around them, but as you can see, it's not below them. This hitbox isn't below them the whole time. So it's kind of a gamble, right? Whereas your forward air is in front of you, because your forward air is like, okay, the first hit goes diagonally up, so that's a little good. But the other ones that start going lower and lower, lowers these other hitboxes have way lower chance of beating out of winning a trade. Anyways, so you're gonna get hit, drag down, up tilt. Okay, I think they're being very creative. Being very creative with their Byleth. It's not working out. That was definitely not the play. I actually don't play Byleth myself, so I don't know what the correct play was. I just know that this was wishing it would work. Anyways, but oh wow, how unsafe is that up tilt? Minus 15. Oh wow. Guess it does work, huh? Buffer the... Oh yeah, you buffered the grab. Hey, that up tilt's minus 15, which means your grab comes out frame 19, right? Like, out of shield. I know it's like frame 15 plus 4 frames of lag. Grabs frame 15, which means if you do this out of shield after hit stun, it's going to be frame 19, and then needs to travel a little bit to touch them. So in theory, if they had buffered a spot dodge, your grab would have lost. So keep that in mind if you ever fight a Mashy Byleth. They might up-tilt your shield, buffer a spot dodge, and your grab wouldn't work. Their spot dodge invincibility would come out frame 18, and your grab would come out frame 19. Because spot dodge for Byleth is frame 3 invincible. So yeah, keep that in mind. Fight a Mashy Byleth, probably don't want to eat the spot dodge into Unga Bunga down smash punish. But it worked out here, right? I don't see them mashing spot dodges, so I think it was a good call. You're like, hey, you up tilted my shield, you dummy. I'm gonna grab you now. And the only way you get out of this is by spot dodging or rolling, right? By the way, in case y'all don't know, Unga Bunga refers to just like no neutral, no footsies, just run, hold the control stick forward, and just run at your opponent. That's what Unga Bunga refers to. But I just like that terminology for describing like no thought process type of plays. But that's canonically not what it refers to, right? So the Unga Bunga is there, and also there's some video games where like they give you crazy, like in fighters, like there's buttons that just make you teleport behind your opponent. Those are super Unga Bunga options. Or there's even like Dragon Rush in Fighter Z where you just like you just fly at your opponent. Like it's like if every character, like Ganondorf Wizard Kick is an Unga Bunga move, right? Because you're just like, oh, I'm coming in, right? And it's easily beaten out by just shielding it. So now you know, your whole Smash existence is Unga Bunga. It'd be like that. So anyways, you got the grab though. You down throw. Yeah, I don't think this jump nair. You said you're kind of new to Samus. So I think you should have kept holding forward. You jumped too early again. This is a more subtle topic that a lot of players don't realize, is that they're jumping too early. You need to be aware of the position when you jump, right? You need to jump. More often than not, players jump too early because they misjudge, right? How much further their opponent is going to drift by the time they jump into the air, right? So keep this in mind, right? If you think about it, look at all this wasted time. When you jump into the air and you just drift there, right? You're wasting time. See how you just drifted, held forward on the stick, and then put it there? That is objectively wasted movement because the same goal could have been accomplished better by running on the ground and then jump and immediately nairing, right? But the more time you spend drifting in the air, that's more and more wasted movement, which is not only suboptimal, right? Can get you severely punished, right? If you're in the air too often for no purpose. So that's just a basic movement, positional, fundamental type of thing, is know when to jump into the air and when to stay grounded, because you're way faster on the ground, right? So again, if your intention really was to run up with a follow-up nair after this down throw, jumping into the air this early and then like kind of holding forward on the stick to fix your positioning, right, is explicitly suboptimal. In general, you don't want to try to fix your aerial positioning by staying in the air, right? Good positioning in the air comes from when you leave the ground, right? It comes from proper ground positioning. This is a problem. A lot of players eventually. So this is like, it comes in phases, right? So phase 1 is you realize that your jumps are poorly spaced. So you're like, oh, I'm too far from my opponent. A lot of players go into phase 2 and they try to fix it by double jumping in the air in order to try to fix their positioning with the added momentum from the double jump or the added air time from the double jump. But that's explicitly suboptimal. If you're ever finding that your aerial positioning is poor, consider that it's the position that you leave the ground that's causing the problem. So anyways, with that out of the way, right? So you jump too early, you drift forward, and that nair was kind of close, but again, maybe you would have gotten this if you had kept holding forward, but still probably not the right idea. I think you should have just held forward and waited. because if your opponent lands on the platform, they're in a bad spot, right? You should just be totally fine and happy and chilling. Recognize your advantage you have. You could just play this nice and slow. Like, throw your opponent, they're in the air, they have to land on a platform, because you can't just fall through a platform when you're in tumble, right? You can just keep running and stay right under them. They gotta do something, right? That's pressure, you have a positional advantage, but when you jump and commit, right, at the moment you commit, you give up your advantage. And now you're both on the platform. You have no advantage. And you inputted down smash. Why do you down smash? How fast is you down smash? I know it's pretty fast. Is it frame 8? Oh, it's frame 9. You still have faster options. Hey, what's up, Filth? You're just in time. We're talking about the game, and we're doing this VOD review of. Actually, this is a 24/7 lo-fi hip hop, but this is MK Leo's Byleth versus Arachnos. I'm actually not in Naifu Wars. I don't enter any Naifu Wars. But I actually might. You know what? That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about entering Naifu Wars. I was gonna enter a local Houston Wi-Fi tournament later on. Yeah, no idea about the smoke trail thing you brought up. It's gonna make a big difference in my gameplay. Yes. The smoke trail thing, it's a subtle detail. There's actually a lot of subtle details in this game that they added from the last one that players don't notice. So I'm just going to quickly run down the list. When players don't have a double jump, there's a black smoke around them, right? There's like a little black haze that in video is hard to see, but in person, if you look for it, you can see it. Similar to the double jump, when you double jump, you make a little circle, like a little jump rings under you, right? There's a black smoke that surrounds you and you have no double jumps. So it can help you keep track of when Kirby or King Dedede, who have 1,000 jumps, when they're out of jumps, right? It can help you keep track of that. It can also keep you, if you're not sure if you used your double jump and you're in disadvantage and you're like drifting off the stage, you're like, oh wait, do I have my jump or do I not have a jump? Just look at your character, right? Look at your character. Obviously on some stages it's easier to see than others. So just keep that in mind. What else? Oh yeah, the white smoke. White smoke, as soon as white smoke disappears, you're out of hit stun and you're not able to act. So whenever you're reviewing a VOD, just keep that in mind. What else? When you glow yellow, you can't get re-grabbed. And there's one more. There's a tiny little blue indicator to that whenever you hit an opponent with a move, there's a tiny little blue indicator that shows you what direction they're going to start going at. So it's kind of a DI indicator in a sense. But it's pretty subtle, hard to see, and you don't actually have enough time to react to it. So most of the time you don't even notice it. And it's only practical for moves that have like 10,000 years of hit stun. But anyways, so with that out of the way, you land on this platform and you're like, I will now down smash. I think the same goal could have been accomplished by doing the down tilt. Because your down tilt has pretty nice range too. Right? As you can see, whoa. Yo, that down tilt range kind of nice. I know your down smash has good range too, don't get me wrong, but it's not like the down smash would have killed, right? And your down smash is more unsafe on shield, granted not by much, so down tilt comes out way faster, which when you're in a boxing situation, if you see a 3-frame difference in moves, you're like, I'm picking the 3-frame faster move, right? And it still does really good damage. Like, down tilt is still strong, it'll send at a more favorable angle. You could have also forward tilted, I think. If you're really going to, this might have been a situation of forward tilt. Again, things to keep in mind. You just got into hitboxing and stuff. It's so cool how to use them optimally. Yes, it is really interesting, and this is actually a blessing. In Smash 4, we didn't have this. We didn't have hitbox visualizers. But now, there's an opposite problem. Like, now, a lot of players, we're presented with too much information. We have too much information, and it's really hard to know how to leverage this to good use, because these numbers alone are meaningless unless you have context. You learned this today against Yoshi. Oh yeah, like how Yoshi's Nair gets really small with time. Yeah, so you don't have to respect it as off. Yeah, but these visualizers are really helpful. It can help you visualize, for instance, oh, his dare. Okay. For instance, people's grabs. Like, when you see Zero Suit Samus, she'll run up, she'll dash grab, but that whip is only active as it's traveling forward and then like at the very tip. But on the way back, the whip is visible, but it has no grab box anymore. And a lot of players wait until the whip is completely in her pocket, in order to run forward and punish the grab. You don't have to wait, right? You just need to time your attack for it to be retreating on the way back. And that's one thing I noticed is that ZS's grab is supposed to be way more punishable than it is. Like it's very laggy. It's a very laggy move. It's got like 56 seconds to punish it, but the whip is visible for like 40 of those frames. So players like, oh, I want to get grabbed on the way back. It's very unintuitive design from the game, but yeah, just little things to keep in mind. Yeah, Yoshi Dare is kind of nice. So anyways, so you're stuck on this platform. People wait because Melee PTSD. I don't know if some of us have never played Melee. So okay, so I haven't. I tried playing Melee, but I can't get used to the controls. I use Z to jump, and I use like tilt stick, and I use Y for shield and L for grab. I can't play default controls Melee. I'm sorry. But anyways, so you down smash, but it was too slow, and they up tilted, right? So yeah, in boxing situations, try to pick a faster, safer option rather than the smash attack. So you're gonna get launched upwards. They're gonna up air you. Okay, nothing too exciting here. I can't see what you're doing. Okay, air dodge. It's a good air dodge. I'm weird? No. Yes. That's not the point. Okay, so let's talk about this disadvantage state. It appears you did, I'm gonna go frame by frame. I.e., it is really hard to tell because of this footage. Either you tried, okay, looks like either you inputted an air dodge or a nair. I'm just gonna say this, probably don't try to do an attack and fight your way down. That's a common bad habit I see. Especially attacks are just wishing to swap their opponent, but if it was an air dodge, that's fine. It's fine to test your opponent, but as you get more and more familiar with a matchup, right? Recognize when an opponent has a combo, because when your opponent has a combo, don't mash air dodge. And let me tell you why. Because if it's really a combo, your button presses are literally useless. But if it's a combo and they whiff, if they miss input, but you air dodged, you give up your opportunity to punish it because now you're in air dodge lag, right? So, the real big brain play, you fast fall nair. Yeah, don't fast fall nair right there. Because you're strictly above your opponent, so you're gonna think like, okay, you're fighting a Byleth, right? This nair is wishing that it's gonna hit your opponent. Very, very low odds of success, right? Especially against a character that has swords. Now, if you're fighting a player who has proven to you that they don't know how to space their moves at all, then fighting your way down could be the lazy, yeah, whatever, bro, you're not, whatever. It's gonna work, but it shouldn't type of option. So yeah, be very careful with this. Now, granted, it's the first time you've been hit by up tilt this game, I think. So you're not familiar with what angle the up tilt would send you or how far it would be. But just be able to recognize, oh, I'm too close to my opponent right now. Right now, you either need to air dodge or let them hit me. Let them hit me with this up air. Because also, you need to recognize when moves that aren't explicitly combos. You need to think about when they're very close to being combos. Because if you try to jump out of them, you need to recognize what situations can take your jump. And sometimes it's better. This is what I was getting at. It's better to not mash air dodge and not mash jump. Because if you mash jump, the combo might take your jump, and now you're in a really bad spot. And if they whiff, right, or if they sit on the ground and go for some nasty smash attack read on your air dodge, well, guess what? You didn't air dodge, so now they're on the ground charging a smash attack. Like, bruh, you're gonna hit them with the bruh moment and get the freest down air of your life or whatever you want. So basically, you know, learn. This comes through experience. If this is your first time getting hit with the Byleth up tilt, you probably had no idea that this was a situation you had to press nothing. But in general, learn to recognize against which characters can you get your jump stolen. And in general, if something's a true combo, and it's like the easiest combo in the world, don't mash air dodge. If anything, you're gonna mash anything, SDI, right? And watch your opponent. Get ready for that whiff. 1 in 100 times to whip that combo. But if you mash air dodge every time, you'll never punish it. So anyways, you're gonna get hit upwards into the air. It happens. I can't even see. I don't think you jumped. That's fine. So you're not gonna charge your charge shot. You're like, okay, free resource, and you air dodged. Okay, that's fine. I think it's fine actually, because charging charge shot baits a lot of players into like trying to punish you, and you could just get a free air dodge through them, and you did a neutral air dodge instead of a directional air dodge. So you're able to air dodge through your opponent's attack, which is the optimal use of the air dodge. So that was good. And now you're going to, unfortunately, it was a frame trap. You thought you could get out, right? But they were able to fast fall and hit you with a nair before you could even act. That's just life, right? That is called a frame trap, and it'd be like that. In situations like this, right, what you could do to try to minimize the chances of getting frame trapped is when you neutral air dodge, right? You didn't even know that. It'd be like that sometimes, right? Because if you look at it, oh my god, I gotta get out of here. If you look at it, this air dodge has like 40 frames of lag or something like that. Where is it? Air dodge. Neutral air dodge has 56 total frames, right? 56. And vulnerable for only 3 to 29 of it, right? Which means by this forward air, right, which she can act out of it in 39 frames, she's an advantage, even if you air dodge right through it, right? Did I read that wrong? Yeah, 56 total frames for the neutral air dodge. Forward air only has 39 total frames, which means they could frame trap you if you air dodge through the move and don't land on the ground in time. And the higher up you are and the further you away from ground, like the sooner you could land on the ground and cancel the rest of the air dodge, the better. So the super ideal air dodge is you air dodge through a move and immediately land on the ground. You'll get the optimal punish, right? But because this air dodge was super high up, they were actually able to frame trap you. And because you drifted towards them, and you stayed near them, they were able to hit you with the only move that could have hit you, and that was an air. So try to keep that in mind. When you air dodge, you can still control your momentum a bit, right? Because they couldn't have hit you with another forward air. I think that's too slow, right? So yeah, so you got frame trapped, and it happens. Like frame traps happen. So this isn't too bad. I was just explaining the concept of frame trap to maybe anybody who was unfamiliar that could have frame trapped. So that air dodge was fine. It wasn't terrible, but you got frame trapped, and it happens. So I'm not trying to say you shouldn't have air dodge like that. I think the whole charge shot into air dodge bait was fine, but just consider that, because if you had jumped there, well, now you're in the air with no double jump. That's pretty bad. Here, honestly, you took the hit, but that's probably better than having, if you got hit by forward air, you would be off stage, and that's not what you want. If you jumped, now you have no jump, and Byleth can juggle you for free. That's also not what you want, so maybe this was fine. This is like the lesser of all evils. It's called disadvantage for a reason, right? You're never gonna have, in true disadvantage, most of your options you're gonna pick, they're just bad options, because look, it's disadvantage. It'd be like that. And hey, the nair hits you towards the stage. Bless, right? This is the best outcome, right? Is it always optimal to auto-cancel everything, or is it only recommended in certain situations? You should auto-cancel. Okay, so if you're auto-canceling using the start of a move, right? Okay, so if you're auto-canceling to a land, as the kids call it, attack land or whatever, to escape a fake tech situation, right? Or just land on the ground quicker. Let's just say you're Ness and you have 19 frames of auto-cancel window on your down air. Okay, then you can use your auto-cancel, your really big auto-cancel window to just land on the ground quickly and not tech. But, hey, thanks for the sub, Arachnos. I really appreciate it, man. What was I gonna say? If you mean, like, when you do a short hop, like, let's just say you're Falcon, you do short hop nair, or something like that, and it auto-cancels, that is a move by move and context basis if you're trying to do the auto cancel after a move is over. But for certain moves like Wolf, like you do a wolf back air, you should like always, there's no reason not to auto cancel that because it's always like strictly better unless you're spacing a back air on a short grounded opponent and you know it's going to connect. Like let's just say you're covering a roll get up on Pikachu or something like that. You're gonna do this back air, well it's obviously at ground level so it's not gonna get auto cancelled. So yeah, short hop auto cancelled aerials, they're a good option to consider rather than like, why did you always read it Arcanos? Sivir, I don't know what to say, man. Just be like that. We can't all be gifted English readers. Alright, so Arachnos, thank you for subbing. I like the Fat Yoshi one. It's pretty funny, actually. Anyways, we have emotes coming soon on this channel. If you ever get some VODs, can you send them and one day I can review? Of course! My actual goal here is, ideally, I'll review VODs for my subscribers, right? Because I was like, I'm really grateful for all my subs, and this is how I can give back, is by reviewing their VODs if they want to. And then after that, it'll be just anybody who like comes and hangs out with me on the stream, I'll review their VODs. Now, the reason I'm reviewing Arachno's VOD is because I actually asked on the Houston Smash Ultimate Facebook page, right, if there was anybody who wanted their VODs reviewed, and Arachnos volunteered. So thank you, Arachnos. We got some quality. It's got this very interesting VOD. Yes, I'm doing a NXL Smash Night tonight, and then after that, you know the drill. I'm gonna play with viewers, have a lot of fun. Anyways, so yeah, Filth, right? You don't have to sub, right? If you just like stick around and watch, just come hang out with me every once in a while, and I'll review your VOD. I don't have many VODs in the queue. What's NXL? Yeah. Upon request, Carlos review your VODs if asked nicely. Thank you, Arachnos. That's really kind of you. You just chill until you play Knifey Wars? I'll check out Knifey Wars. Unless it's always on Friday, in which case I probably don't want to go to it instead of my local tournaments. But, we'll see. I'll check it out. Oh, it's always on Friday? Conflict of schedule, but you know what? Every once in a while. I'll check it out. That was pretty cool, dude. I do an amending job. Yes, I'll amend your VOD to the list of to-do VODs and never get around to it. Anyways. We're gonna go back a bit. So where were we? So we got frame chat. I'm gonna hop into your bracket tomorrow? Probably not. It'd be like that. But if I have nothing going on tomorrow, right, then yes, but tomorrow I usually have stuff to do because it's Saturday. But I'll think about it, and if I actually am free, I'll actually drop a link to the tournament in chat right now. So anyways, rip, drop the link, I'll check it out. So anyways, so you got hit by the Nair, and luckily you got sent towards the center of the stage. This is the best possible outcome. Okay, you got hit again. Now it's slightly less optimal. They're not in a position to challenge you. You summon this projectile. Okay, so a quick word on one very, very, very common habit anyone with a projectile has, is that there is a psychological bias. There's no fancy word for it other than it's a bad habit all projectile users have, and that when they're in this position where, oh, I'm off stage, I'm in tumble, I'm whatever, they summon a projectile to cover them. Now, there's a small problem with this. While on paper, this exact projectile usage that you did right here on paper doesn't look terrible, right? And that's the problem, right? 'Cause sometimes you're going to do one of these little projectile things where it doesn't look so bad. Like, oh, hey, it didn't work out. Now, you didn't really gain anything from this either. Or maybe you gained a little bit. He wasted his time with his projectile. But here's the thing, though. If you keep doing this, one day you'll fight a player, but when they hit you away, they're going to keep holding forward. The problem is, Byleth is slow. The only reason this worked out was because Byleth is slow. If you fought any character that was faster than Byleth, they would have kept holding forward, reacted to your projectile that's being summoned, and just run off stage and swatted you away. right? You saw him running and wanted to space him out a bit. Yes, this is a problem though, right? You know what you should have done ideally is if you had time to spare, if you're like, you know what, I am going to commit 56 frames to see, because this projectile is a 56 frame commitment, right? Right? It's 56 frames or something like that. It's laggy. Wow. Your super missile, this is the aerial one, right? Okay, whatever. You wanted to commit 59 frames, whatever, to summoning a projectile, which a better player will react to the projectile being summoned, and you know what they're going to do? They're just going to jump over it and hit you. And that's it. Or they're going to read the summoning itself and just swatch you before the 21 frames of it coming out. Now, he was too far away to do that. He was too far away to punish the startup of the projectile, right? Yeah, this thing is slow. That's a long time. You know what you could have done instead? You could have charged your charge shot. If you're like, you know what, bro? I've got 59 frames to spare, right? You could have just charged your charge shot for 59 frames. Yeah, it's like Palu Side B. Yeah, it's slow, but it's got follow-up. So what makes this missile good, right, isn't for zoning, is that this is good for setups, right? So it's not good, this is not a good tool to use in disadvantage, right? If you really are trying to stop them, you ideally, let's just say you know what, I'm going to use a missile. I'm going to stop them. You should use a homing missile instead, because the homing missile comes out faster, and it's more likely to actually hit them and stop them. This super missile is too easy to just jump over, ignore it, and hit you. So point is, if you had 59 frames to spare, and you know you're safe, just take the opportunity to charge your charge shot a bit. You have nothing to lose, right? You're in the corner anyways. Might as well. Okay, you're down here, and you just recover. So yeah, so this was, while you didn't get hit for this, so you might not even have thought that anything went wrong here, but this was a suboptimal interaction, right? Okay, so now you're being ledge trapped by the Byleth. You're in neutral get up. Okay, you're gonna shield this. What do you do? Ooh. This was interesting. This is it. Yeah, this is actually okay. I'm gonna give you props here, right? This grab you did right here is highly unconventional, right? Because a lot of but you gotta be very careful with this, right? You gotta be very careful with doing this grab like this specifically, right? Leo's knowledge and reaction. He actually did not react to this grab. He didn't have time to react to this grab. This was preemptive. Some players, you gotta be careful for this, right? You gotta be careful for this, right? Because specifically on a spaced aerials, okay, look, at lower level play, players mash grabs because they don't know what they can and can't shield grab. But at a certain point, players will recognize, this is a good prediction from Leo or something like that. Or maybe he was rolling away to space himself out of a fair. Look, what I'm trying to get at here is that a higher level play, the expectation is that both players can recognize when you are or are not in shield grab range, right? And a lot of players will not pick, at higher level play, they will not pick this grab, right? So some players, when they're ledge trapping, when they hit your shield with a spaced, is a keyword, with a spaced option, will land outside of your shield grab range and just sit there, right? Because or they will sit there and hold shield because the expectation is, oh, they hit your shield, they're going to do an aerial out of shield, and right? Or something like that. So this grab you did was kind of weird in that sense. So I think a high level play, if you're playing against, let's say you're playing against a Crom, right? And they're just gonna stand here. They're gonna go and they're gonna read your jump up here, right? They're gonna jump up here, whatever. So this grab was, when I say unconventional, it was unconventional. But This would only work if your opponent stood still and pressed nothing. Just now tuned in, but it's sick you're doing these replay reviews. Thank you, Hobojo. Hey, nice subscriber badge, Hobojo. Where'd you get it? Wow. It's a cool looking star. So anyways, this grab was, I think, unconventional and would have caught me off guard. But, hey, Joe's here. But you need to keep in mind that Raw Dog and Rolo, my man, gifted 5 subs yesterday, and I believe you got one of them. So, you need to keep in mind that it's very common for players to, offline, it's very common for players when they realize I can't grab this, right? They're either going to roll or short hop aerial to catch the jump, right? So a lot of players would do this back air and it'll jump again and back air again or something like that. If that's the case, they would have still been able to land and punish your grab. So I still don't think it was a good grab, but it was unconventional. Unless this is actually something I think like I actually have not had the pleasure of fighting Samuses on quick play, so I haven't been able to put them in this position. Raw Dog and Rolo is such an amazing name. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, Nico got one too from Rolo. But anyways, so if you're at this corner, right, probably don't pick this grab. I think it actually has low odds of working since a lot of players would probably be in the air, right, or throwing out another move. Also, another common habit I see for players when they ledge trap is the attacker will hit your shield and then input a grounded tilt. Especially if they play like Lucina or Chrom, like maybe they'll forward air or back air and they'll do a jab, unless they're a typical Chrom player would just do jab, 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 jab. Oh, you jumped, die. So yeah, be careful. Right? I don't think this grab has high odds of success. So you probably should avoid it. But it was very unconventional and used well. If you have reason to believe this grab would have worked from like, you could counterplay an opponent like this. Because it is so unconventional. Just keep it in mind. So the topic one of the cover was unconventional options to ledge and when to use them, right? You should only use them when you have a sick read. Now they were able to roll out of the way, but this roll, they didn't read this. They didn't react to this grab. It's unreactable, right? So yeah, they rolled. I don't know what they were expecting. They were probably expecting a forward air out of shield. If I'm honest, I actually was expecting a forward air out of shield myself, so. Okay, then they're gonna rush. They're gonna run up. They're gonna dash attack it. Now you're off stage. Let me see what you do. You're gonna do bomb stuff. Yeah, you're gonna do bomb stuff. Oh, you jumped. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's actually really common for Samuses to just mash that down B over and over and over again, right? And yeah, but you actually just did bomb once and then jumped over. So good mix up. Okay, you're now ledge trapping. Let me see how you ledge trap. Oh, you got the bomb into F smash. Hey, okay. Thank you. That was clean. Now, I believe, to avoid this, could Leo have avoided this? Kind of awkward timing. Yeah, I think they had waited on the ledge. They would just gotten hit by the bomb, but they would have been sent. They would have reset the situation. That bomb on the ledge could be pretty annoying though. They could have waited and gotten at least hit by the bomb. Maybe roll. They could have rolled into the sour spot of S smash maybe. But then that would have reset the situation. Anyway, if they had rolled, gotten hit, 2 bombs to S smash. Thanks. It was nice. We're gonna watch it again because it was cool. Bomb, bomb. Hey. Alright, let's go. So now, okay, you're gonna charge your charge shot. Don't charge it all the way. Don't charge it all the way. Okay, good. You didn't charge it all the way. I see sometimes players charge that all the way because some players don't realize that for Samus, the half charge shot has significantly better frame data than the full charge, right? And the half charge shot, if you charge it almost all the way, it's positive 4 on shield. It's kind of crazy, right? So why would you charge this all the way? Don't know. It's only worth charging all the way if you're going for an actual raw, I'm going to jump and charge shot read. But the half charge shot sets up. Like you could hit someone with a half charge shot and run up and down smash or something like that. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, thank you for not charging it all the way. Some players don't actually know. There's like it's almost a 20 frame difference between the two. Wow, that's privilege. Anyways. Okay, so now you're gonna run at your opponent. Ooh, that's actually crazy, yeah. You know what else is crazy? This movement right here. Jumping into an invincible opponent is very atypical. This is very, very atypical. Most players run away from the invincible opponent, but you chose to jump at him. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, and then you air dodge out of fear. Okay, so this is almost that low-key worked. That's what I'm saying. Used to full charge in tourneys. It's getting better at combo game and mix-ups. Hey, that's good. Okay, so this jump... Okay, I'm gonna say this. In general, I don't think you should be jumping into an invincible opponent unless it's a mix-up because you've ran away from them. This is highly ballsy. Right? Whoa, who is this Leo scrub respawning? And I was actually the wrong way, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so for some reason Leo F-smashed the wrong way, and you're like, oh! Oops! But keep in mind, that F-smash for Byleth, right? By the time you see it, oh, actually you could react to this, 23 frames. Okay, so it's frame 23, it's reactable, but you reacted a little too late, right? But maybe you were like, whoa, I wasn't expecting him to throw it the wrong way. A misinput pivot grab? Probably. See, air dodge. You drop these little bombs. So yeah, I think you should probably respect your invincible opponent a little bit more than this in general, but we'll see what you do the next stock. Mix-up. Hell yeah, we take those. Yeah, as I said, everything's a mix-up. But I will see what you do the next stock to see what was actually a mix-up or if you just have a funny habit. Okay, down throw. Okay, that was from when I was talking about the first stock. He's definitely not reacting to that jab. Because look, he mathematically doesn't even have time to react to the jab. Okay, we're gonna count frames. Okay, let's just assume perfect reaction time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now the air dodge comes out. That's too fast. He was 100% air dodging because of the fact that he got down thrown, not because of your jab. This is, so yeah. But we already covered this in the first stock, because he did this exact same thing again. So yeah, just don't jab here. Now, obviously, it worked out, but again, you gotta separate the results from the expected outcome. Okay, it's gonna run at him. Close, okay. Charge shot them. This is pretty close to working. This is just a execution thing. It's being able to recognize when it's going to be when it's going to be a tech situation that you can punish with a dash tech or not. And that's just an execution thing. And the only way you could get better at doing that is by trying, just trial and error, and eventually that will become intuitive, right? I think in general situations it's better to just down throw, wait a bit. Yeah, raise an option. Yeah, Hobo Joe, you weren't here, but we actually talked about that. The first stock, the exact same thing happened. Okay, so we already discussed that in general. Yeah, it better is just wait. That way he's not stuck in his jab frames that the opponent is clearly not reacting to. And dash attack whiffs, it happens. Whoa, they did a quirky down smash. Funny down smash. They definitely had no reason to do that. But they're just chilling. Yeah, that down smash is pretty slow, so it's okay. So you're able to jab one of them, and you go for a jab one mix-up. It's a down tilt. Okay, this is fine, because you're now conditioning your opponent to shield after you do the jab one, and all Samuses in the world, because they saw Joker do it. They're going to jab one, run away, pivot grab. And for some reason, it's always going to work. I'm telling you something right now. No Samus main in the world has ever hit me with jab one into run away, pivot grab. Right? But next time you hit with the jab one, you're going to run away. You're going to pivot grab, and it's going to work. Because that's Samus. Anyway, so this down tilt here, I think was a good mix-up, actually. It's a good mix-up. You push their shield away. Now what do you do, though? Okay. Okay, nice. Because as I said, the down tilt, though it's rather, in paper, it's rather unsafe on shield, because how far away it pushes your opponent, they're forced to jump out of shield or drop the shield and get a punish. Now that being said, a lot of players don't know just how unsafe down tilt on shield is. Minus 27, it actually feels like it's a lot more safer than it should be, right? We're actually conditioned from the stronger the move is on shield, usually for tilts. Like, that move feels like it should be very, very safe. But in fact, it's minus 27. But no one's going to pull up the frame data, go look at Samus's down tilt, see how negative it is. Yes, Hobojo, you did not know it was that unsafe. That's what I'm saying. That move looks like it should be safe. It really does look like... I know! That's what I'm saying. That move feels like it's like minus 6, minus 10, or something. You would never think to drop your shield and smash attack a down tilt. But yet here we are. You have time to drop your shield and smash attack this down tilt. So in practice, this is the thing. It doesn't matter how unsafe the move is. It matters what your opponents think how safe that move is, right? It matters how your opponent is going to react to this down tilt. Yes, it's minus 27. It's like a smash attack. But it feels safe. Because of how much we think that... I know, Nico, that's what I'm saying. It's super unsafe. But because it feels safe, it's so unintuitive. I know, it's got, exactly, that's what I'm saying. That the more pressure, the more shield stun a tilt has, the safer we think it is. Right? It feels faster. I know, it doesn't feel as laggy. Right? You're gonna check out Luigi frame data after this, it's kinda nice. You go against Small Left game 1. RIP. I don't know who Small Left is. That sounds like a Leffen fanboy, but I really don't know. But good luck. He's a PT player. Ooh. If only... Damn, that's tough. Yeah, PT is a good character. But you... Just don't get cheesed. At least he's not Byleth. That's true. He could have been Byleth. Yes, jab... She has a good jab 1. It's only got 17 total frames. And it's minus 10 on shield. It's pretty nice. We take those. You got this. Yes, you should always have the confidence, right? That you could go play against anyone. Now, try your best to learn what you can. Feel free to come back after that match and ask me any questions. If you're not sure about something about PT, I'm rather knowledgeable on that character. At max range, there isn't much a lot of characters can do about jab 1. But more importantly, Hobojo, not only is it minus 10, it's only got 5 frames of shield lag, 4 frames of shield stun, which means by the time you react to the jab 1 hitting your shield, it's already done. Right? Because you add this minus 10, because nobody's going to react to this move coming out. They're going to react to it hitting your shield. They're reacting to the fist hitting the shield, which means, right, that 5-4 minus 10, Samus, if you react to this jab, she can already jab you again. Pretty much. That's a key thing to take away. Is, yeah, when a move has very little shield stun and shield lag like this does, and it comes out really fast, no one is reacting in time for a minus 10 option. It's just not possible. So anyways, going back to this, see it down tilted, they picked this option to jump, and then fast fall, and then nair. Which, as you saw, was very slow. In fact, it was so slow if you're putting up shield impressions, you're like, this player is almost expecting a jab or a tilt. Yes, but what I mean is by the time they visually react to the shield coming, to the tilt hitting their shield, and by the time, and then you add the input lag of the game, even if they have the perfect, if even they have typical human reaction time of 13 frames or whatever, right? And frame 1 decision making, and frame perfect inputs or whatever, by the time you see this jab hitting your shield, because it only has 5 plus 4, you only have 9 frames, then you have the 9 frames left, right? That's not enough time to pick an optimal punish, because what if you try to grab, let's say you have a frame 10 grab out of shield, right? And you would have to react to this perfectly. You would have to buffer that grab the second this shield stun is over, which is not mathematically possible because there's only 9 frames of it. You can't even react to it on time. So that's what I mean, is even if you had a minus 10 or faster option to punish this, you couldn't. Not unless you had like, if you had a frame 1 option, that's pushing it. If you had a frame 1 option to punish this, then maybe. Right? Frame 1 out of shield. Because then you can react at the last frame possible. But if it's frame 10, so if it's a grab, that means you have to react on the first possible frame, which is frame 10, and you can't. In theory, if you had a frame 5 out of shield option, that would still mean you have to react on frame 14, which is still not possible. So, you have to react and input. That's the thing. There's also 6 frames of input lag. You have to subtract that from your reaction time. Or whatever. You have to count that into your math, and it just muddies things. So the point is, they're not gonna get this punish because that down tilt they thought it was safe or whatever. So you jump, boom, you spot dodge, in time you up beat. Good. That was a good spot dodge. You reacted to the spot dodge working, and then you up beat. All right, nice. So let me see what you do next. I'll full screen this. Forward air, okay. Okay, he's gonna drag them down. That would be really funny. If this was a fair, if fair down smash is a thing, I swear if it is, I'm going to be so mad. But I'm also going to laugh when you get this on anyone else. That'd be so funny. You head out to play, have a good stream, try popping after. Alright, Filth. Good luck in bracket, man. Try your best. If you have any questions, just let me know when you come back. Good luck. Okay, so you go for this drag down fair down smash. It could work on some characters. I appreciate the creativity. Okay, bomb. No! Oh, no way! You had this! Maybe because it was Wi-Fi. I didn't think about that. I forgot that Wi-Fi. This is Wi-Fi, so there's even more input delay. So, which means I forgot about Wi-Fi input delay. You know what this means? That your jab ones that you were doing earlier, your opponent definitely couldn't react to those and then air dodge because there's like 30,000 frames of input delay. Okay, so anyways, you get this down smash, you release it just too late, but that's just, I think that offline you would have gotten this. Not much you could do about that. But keep in mind, there's a little more subtle detail here. So you do this bomb. The only way this works is if your opponent directional air dodges into you, which is kind of a stretch. So I don't think this play, like, it's fine to go for when you're trying to like disrespect or style your opponent just to maximize mental damage or whatever. But in principle, you called it but held it too long. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is that you probably, this isn't really a read. It's more of a, I'm going to charge this smash attack and hope my opponent does a really bad air dodge into it. I think in principle this had pretty low odds of success. Now granted, it would have worked out offline if your opponent directional air dodge into this. I just don't think it's a very common situation. So while I'm not saying you should never do this, right, there definitely is a time and a place, right, especially if you know your opponent has a really dumb air dodge habit. I don't think you had that insight from your current match with Leo I don't think you had that insight to know that they were going to air dodge like that. So in future situations, just go in theory craft on your own. This situation right here, that bomb has hit them, and you now are in the perfect position to ledge trap your opponent, and they've been hit by the bomb. What do you pick? And this is your responsibility as the Samus main, who is a master of all their options, right? To know what you can do, where you can stand, where you can position yourself, what to cover. I don't think this down smash is going to be optimal at all, actually. It's like a haha funny. If it works, it looks really funny and it goes on Twitter. And if it doesn't work, you just gave up the advantage you have, right? So balance Twitter clips with smart strategic play. Okay, they're just gonna shield it, and they know wait, that's really unsafe on shields. So even though you saw that drop shield down tilt they did, they could have done that when you down tilted their shield. They could have just drop shield and down tilted, I think. But they're like, okay, down smash is unsafe. So anyways, down tilt, up air. Is that the stock? Yo, wait, Samus kind of hard to kill. Air dodge, no! No way you dodge that. I'm not so sure about this air dodge. I didn't think you had the air dodge right here. So your opponent double jumped right here. Okay, so what you should have done, Leo misinput? I think so. I think they actually mispredicted how far the side B was gonna go. And by the time the side B came out, the Samus had drifted too far. Okay, so what you needed to have reacted to here, right, is you are right now in disadvantage, and you're charging, but look at your opponent. I think you didn't look at your opponent right here, so he didn't do the version of side B that travels forward. Oh, I didn't know they were a different input. Oops. That's crazy. Yeah, okay, but anyways, so right now, Leo jumped off the platform. You should have paid attention to that, but then Leo double jumped. You know what you can do? Is you can now double jump yourself over him, and now both of you have to land, basically. He double jumped to go way up here, right? And right here, you had plenty of time to react, right? So you should have a game plan. When you're charging way up here, you should know, what is the only way my opponent can hit me? The only way my opponent can hit me is if they jump way up here with me and then do an attack. But in that time, that's really obvious. Like right here, you're like, okay, they jumped off the platform. Oh, they double jumped. Now I can double jump and get over him. You could even like do a double jump over him and air dodge too to make sure you can't get hit. So I think this air dodge was bad. Because the higher up you air dodge, the worse it's gonna be. Because it's too easy for your opponent to just float with you, come down with you, and then whenever you air dodge, they hit you, right? So yeah, you should have died here. And now that Hobo Joe's telling me that they didn't do the version where they travel forward, because I thought that this was side B was gonna boost forward. That's why I thought you were dead. So yeah, you should have died here. But you know what? It happens. It happens. Now you do this forward air. I don't know what that was about. Oh, they're trying to cheese you. No cheese they. So yeah, so the point is, watch your opponent and get ready. Like when you're really high up and your opponent overcommits to hit you, just jump over them. They're gonna look really dumb. Okay, I'm not sure about this jump forward air. He no longer had a jump, right? So after this side B, all your opponent can do is drift down, right? Because they have no jump. So they're forced to just drift down. So you jumped and you forward air, but it was literally mathematically impossible for your opponent to be here. So this literally could not have hit. But it probably goes to show that you thought they still had a jump, which means you weren't looking at your opponent when you're in the blast zone. Why would you look at yourself? Just keep your eyes on the opponent. Okay, so you're gonna up B trades, but you're not gonna get dragged down. It's fine. Now you're on stage. Ooh, you got greedy here. Yeah, you got pretty greedy here with this back air. How much determination you have? Wait, hold on. Gonna bank it up until you get 3K. What is the 3K reward? Oh, review a VOD. I forgot. Forgot that was a reward. I need to move up the PT voice acting reward to 9K. Sorry. So the PT voice acting reward, I'm gonna make it a meme that'll always be unaffordable. But I have no way of knowing how much determination y'all have. So I have to wait until Ant spills the beans. And just keep moving it up. It's gonna be really funny. You're at 6.5K. Damn, let's go, Rolo. All goes to show. Oh, you know what? I should rename that. The VOD review. Because it's like VOD review slash coaching. Yeah. I want people to know that the VOD review is like, you got 5.1, let's go, Nico. Hashtag inflation. Yeah, hold on, I'm changing the PT. Fun fact, we're still on the first stock. And it's been an hour and 50 minutes. Yes, that is VOD reviewing. Alright, so we're gonna get back to it. So you do this back air. This back air was kind of wishing. Let me tell you why it was kind of wishing. Alright? Because. The only way that back air hits, right? Your back air's not active for very long. It doesn't have a very big hitbox. That means you have to, like you need a galaxy brain the exact frame when a person's gonna jump from the ledge, and they have to jump from the ledge, not buffer an air dodge, in order to hit you. So it's very, very, very unlikely for this back air to hit. But I know why you're doing it. You have rage, it would have killed, because Samus' back air, kinda nice. It's like, it's as strong as like Wolf's back air. It's a sweet spot. So I know why you're doing this back air, right? But you gotta keep in mind, like, the sweet spot's only out for like 2 frames, and it's kind of like her leg is kind of skinny. So it's not massive, right? So if you're reading a jump from the ledge, you have better moves for that, right? You see this up air? You can use this up air to call out a jump from the ledge. You can just jump there, because your up air actually auto-cancels, right? From a short hop, I think. Don't shoot me if it doesn't auto-cancel from a short hop. So you can do like a short hop up air, and then fade back. Nair is pseudo-active? Yes, Nair is pseudo-very active too. So you can Nair at the ledge. You can see that one's active for 8, 9, 10, 11. So the front hit is active for 4 frames, right? And this one's only active for 9 and 10. So if you really wanted to, you got forward air to call out jump. Back air is the greediest one, but it's also the least likely to hit. So you should value, especially when you have a lead. Stream drop? No! Did it? Did it? I am there. Oh no! I can't tell if y'all are memeing me. Uh-oh. Wait, is it still lagging? It is. There is a thunderstorm outside. This is so sad. Okay, so that's the thing. I was able to chat on the computer, which has to communicate to Twitch, right? That was on my desktop. So for some reason my stream dropped to 0, but I was still able to chat. So kind of kind of fake news disconnect. Okay, we back. Hey, we back. All right, so where were we? So the point is, we're covering consistency. So you should value consistency rather than the chance of getting a kind of a lucky kill, right? So, especially when you have a lead, you don't have to take these risks when you have a lead, right? Just play safe, play consistent, and keep your lead. Now, okay, if it's backwards, if you're on your last stock, right? You're like, okay, I need to make this comeback. Maybe go for this greedy option, right? Because you need to get back into the game, but you don't. So the point is, this back air, low odds of working. Don't go for it unless you are at a big deficit and you need to take a big risk. So, now they chose a greedy option at the ledge, but it beat your greedy option. And the reason why is because your greedy option wasn't very likely to hit, and theirs is a big hitbox. So they jump from the ledge, they pick a greedy option, you let them get back from free because you got more greedy than they did. Alright, so now you gotta land. Let me think. I don't know about that missile. That missile literally accomplishes nothing. So again, this is what I mean about throwing projectiles in disadvantage, is that you should really question every single time you see yourself throw a projectile. You should think, was this worth the 59 frames of lag? Couldn't I have just, that's like time you could have better positioned yourself, charge shot even. It was to push you back. What do you mean? What do you mean push you back? The missile? You didn't... You jumped back? What do you mean by push you back? You mean like turn you around? Like, you just did a turnaround missile because you needed to turn around? Okay. Because I think you were facing, right here you were facing forward. So all I can imagine when you say to push you back is turn you around. Okay, so about that. If that was your intent, it was to turn you around, you could have accomplished this more. It wants B reverse though. Well, you could. This was just a turnaround special, and it wasn't B reverse. Okay, it was just a turnaround special. You just did a turnaround. You just did a missile behind you. Just, you know, it was just a side special behind you, right? Nothing special about that. What you could have done, if the goal was to just turn you around, that's it, that's all you wanted, right? Optimally, what you could have done was do a turnaround charge, right? Because then you would have done the same thing, but now you're charging charge shot facing your opponent, which is added pressure. Because right now, you basically telegraphed to your opponent, hello, I am in free fall and cannot act. That's it. Right? Now, granted, your opponent was really far away, right? And your opponent actually chose to charge their arrow, which was honestly kind of not optimal, right? Because it's too easy for Samus specifically to mix up her movement to dodge this arrow, and they gave up their potential advantage, right? But right here, you also jumped right before you landed. And just a quick note, I reviewed someone else's VOD, and this was a common habit they had. Now, this is not a common habit for you in particular, but jumping right before you land is extremely suboptimal, right? Because you just burned your double jump, and what did you gain? You literally avoided the ground for like 8 frames and that's it. But now you've put yourself at a single jump height. So you're like basically the same jump height from a single jump, but now you have no double jump. And you just telegraph to your opponent, I have no jump. Right? So right now, your opponent should be running forward, but they chose to hold shield for 1,000 years, so it didn't work out. be very, very, very careful about burning your jump right before you land. It is almost always exclusively suboptimal compared to just landing, right? You should only do it when you're trying to avoid a hitbox right there on the ground. So make sure if you're going to burn your double jump in general, make sure you get something out of it. Right here, you got nothing out of it. So this is just a small note on the movement, right? Is don't do this. I know it seems really minor, but trust me, it's not. You need to become aware of this. Like, you could have just landed here. Unless, if you have true reason to believe a hitbox was coming out right here to cover this landing, you could have done a bomb drop. You could have done a bomb drop, right? You could have jumped and wave landed. You could jump and wave land on the platform as a mix-up, but just jumping away puts yourself in the air very telegraphed. Extremely telegraphed. Especially a character as floaty as Samus, you don't want to be telegraphing your position, right? And then you did this missile that lets you know, oh, by the way, I'm super stuck in lag right now. Now, granted, your opponent didn't put themselves in a position to punish this. In general, on Wi-Fi, it's a lot harder to position yourself against opponents, but I'm just telling you the principle behind this. It was still a bad idea, even though you didn't get punished for it. So yeah. So A, don't burn your jump like this, and B, if you are going to turn around, you need to turn around. Do it by charging your charge shot. Do a turnaround charge shot. If you don't know how to do that, practice it. And now you can at least cover your landing with the threat of a charge shot at any time. Okay, but you're gonna land. Nothing really happened. They're gonna do a rando side B. Let's go, Thunder. They're gonna do a rando side B. So you're gonna get this grab. Okay, free grab, of course. Okay, throw them backwards. Run out there. Nice. You see what I mean about charging your projectiles though? Or throwing a projectile in disadvantage. You actually did a good job of running out here and being like, okay, Byleth player, you're gonna throw an arrow to cover yourself, right? I'm going to throw a charge shot to kill you. Now, so this was 100% the right idea, but as you can see, the execution was just slightly off. So slightly off, right? But you 100% had the right idea. Now, whenever you're on the other side of this, don't be the Byleth in this situation where you mashed the projectile on disadvantage and you got smacked for it, right? So make sure, be very careful, especially against characters that have long range options, to not mash a button in disadvantage like this, a projectile disadvantage. It's very common, so don't do it. So you had that right idea, you almost got the kill. You didn't. Oh, his get up attack was bad. Okay, so, ooh, and you held shit. Okay, so, whenever, this is pretty common, right? Whenever you and your opponent both grab ledge at extremely similar times. Wow, that thunder's loud. When y'all grab the ledge pretty close to one another, it is really common for your opponent to pick, for one of the two players will pick a panic option. Usually it's roll, right? But get up attack, this get up attack is explicitly probably the worst option, right? Because when you do a get up attack, the only thing special about a get up attack, it's not the damage, right? It's not the combo follow-up, it's not the kill potential. That move has nothing special, it's not even safe on shield. Get up attack should only be used for its invincibility. So whenever you see yourself do a get up attack, and it wasn't for its invincibility, right? Ask yourself, was it the optimal option, right? So here, it explicitly hit nothing, so it's definitely the wrong option. And I'm gonna go turn off that Facebook bell notification thing. So, anyways, so yeah, bad get up attack. In general, when you're at the ledge, the only time you should pick get up attack is for its invincibility, because dropping from the ledge, let's just say you know you can hit your opponent, right? So if you know you can hit your opponent, why would you get up attack it? Get up attack doesn't even come out that fast. It comes at like frame 20 something, right? You can go here, stats, get up attack frames. So as you can see, most get up attacks will come out at the end of the last 2 frames of the intangibility. So for some characters, it'll come out as fast as frame 19, and for others as slow as frame 30. Now for Samus, where is it here? It'll come out frame 28, the attack, which is really, really slow. That means if you know you can attack your opponent, it's probably faster to drop from the ledge, to let go, to ledge release, and then come forward with the forward air. If you know you can hit them. Now otherwise, if you're going to get up attack, use the invincibility. The point is here, there's nothing to get up attack. So you should... it's really hard in the heat of the moment. This is a high pressure situation, so more often than not, this is a very common situation you see where players will panic pick an option. I know in particular, I will roll here out of panic, and I'm trying to stop that. But it's hard because it's years of muscle memory of being put in this situation every single time I roll. Right? I should export this to YouTube afterwards, of course, I'll try. So anyways, so yeah, panic options on the ledge, because you both grab the ledge around the same time. You're like, well, I don't want to get ledge trumped, right? That's what you're thinking. I don't want to get ledge trumped. By the way, if you don't know, if you pick no option in this situation, right here, when your opponent grabs the ledge after you do, if you pick nothing, you'll get ledge trumped. And you're like, well, I don't want to get ledge trumped. So you pick an option. So I think you should not pick get up attack. You should mix up either rolling, but be very careful of not doing it every time, or neutral get up, or ledge jump. You just have to pick something so you don't get ledge trumped. But except get up attack. Don't do that one. So, anyways, the reason why you don't want to do that one is because the attack, as you can see, there's 55 total frames for the ledge attack for you. 55. So that's by far your slowest option at the ledge is the get up attack, right? So neutral get up is 32 total frames, and ledge roll is 45 total frames, right? And ledge jump is 14 frames. Ledge jump is the fastest, right? So you could try doing that. You could try neutral get upping. That's pretty fast too, right? But definitely don't get up attack. So I think I've covered that enough in detail. So anyways, and then you hold shield afterwards, and then you spot dodge, and then you up B. I'll be real with you, Chief. This is 100% a I don't know what I'm doing type of play. So you spot dodge, and it... Okay. I want to talk to you real quick about optimal and suboptimal spot dodges. Now, a lot of players mash spot dodge when they're not sure what to do because it's been hardwired into your brain at this point that there's a good chance if you do a panic spot dodge that your opponent will do an impatient option. Your panic spot dodge will beat it out, and you'll get some reward out of it, because it's very common for players to be impatient. But, you have no reason here to do this up B. Let me tell you why. This is a subtle detail. But if you spot dodge and the intent, this is how I know when a player does an intentional spot dodge. Because if they spot dodge, right, and they watch their opponent to see what they pick, you could react to this whiffed grab and smash attack it or something. You could get a better punish. You could get a better punish than the spot dodge, right? Than is up B, I mean, right? Because if they whiff a grab, they have 30-something frames. They got 39 frames to punish their grab. If you react, let's just say you react to the grab box on frame 6, right? You react to this. You should ideally react to them putting their arms out. But let's just say you react to worst case scenario frame 6, right? At 20 frames, that's frame 26, right? Now that means you have 13 frames to pick an option, basically. So you could 100% spot dodge, wait, react to a whiff grabbed, and F smash them for it. That is the optimal spot dodge. Is when you spot dodge, you look at your opponent and you decide the punish, right? So right here, you actually did make the most out of your possible advantage. You're at a huge advantage when you spot dodge and your opponent whiffs their grab, right? Because you can act very quickly out of a spot dodge in this game, right? If you spot dodge cancel, right, you can start acting as soon as frame 21, right? Which means if you put your... So it'll work out, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. Your smash attack to whiff punish it will work out. Because, yeah, this is frame 21 for a spot dodge is pretty fast. If you spot Dodge cancelled it. So anyways, point is, in the future, when you play offline, it's harder online, I know, because you have less time to react and punish accordingly. But the principle is that even offline, I see players aimlessly mash spot dodge, and when they do get the whiff punish, it's not optimal, right? They just pick a fast option. You don't have to. You don't have to, because grab is so laggy that you could have enough time to get whatever you want. So anyways, you could have definitely F-smashed here and got into stock, is what I'm trying to get at. U up B, which is a fast option, but I don't really think you reacted. I think you just spot dodge and buffered. So we're gonna count, this is gonna be really boring and I'm sorry, but we're gonna count frames here, because I want to see if you actually reacted to the whiff grab. Sorry, this is really boring, but it's to like illustrate a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait. Am I not at 60 FPS? This actually could be a problem. Oh my god, I'm not at 60 FPS. Wow. All my frame data counts have been even slower than I thought. Wow. Because I'm missing half the frames. So my counts have been half of what they should be. So that means this is even just double it. Point is, bro, I don't think you reacted to the whiffed grab. I think you just mentally buffered spot dodge up B. That's it. You just mentally buffered and you're like, Jesus, take the wheel. Right? And let me hope this works out. Because if your opponent just held shield, you would just up B their shield. Right? This is actually really common problem with a lot of players. Is that they just spot dodge and they just like, Jesus, take the wheel it. Right? You don't have to. Right? You don't have to. Spot dodge is super hard to react to. You don't have to take the first option. So anyways. So with that out of the way, you got the up B though. You're gonna knock them away. Let me see what you do next. Do this forward air. I think this is probably a lack of familiarity with your character and your positioning. Is this forward air wasn't likely to hit. It's not that the forward air was a wrong idea, I just think your execution was wrong. Because you jumped and you forward air. I don't think you did a good job of predicting the future here. Again, when it comes to stuff like this just comes from a lack of familiarity. And the only way to become more familiar is by playing the game more. Right? So this will come more obvious to you with time. What you could have done, right, is you could have run off, maybe, so what was the issue here? The issue was you didn't have enough horizontal speed, right? So what you could have done was to get that horizontal speed, more horizontal distance, right, covered in that same amount of time, so you could just ran off, right, ran off a bit, then jumped, then forwarded, right? Then you would have used your run off, used your double jump, hit her, and then retreat. But it wasn't so. So yeah, that'll come with time. Alright, so you're not gonna get the hit. They're going to almost jump into it. Oh, no, they jump to up air you. Gotcha. Okay, so you're gonna lose your stock because of it. Oh wow, we're fine. It's been 2 hours and 12 minutes. You finally got your stock taken. Okay, let's go. Alright. So, now that this is your first time you've lost your stock in the VOD review, we're gonna finally see 2 hours per stock. Let's go. So, we can now finally see how do you use your invincibility. This is a topic that a lot of players don't think about, but let's see if you use your invincibility well, and we're gonna see how Leo deals with an invincible opponent. Ooh, nice reaction. Okay, this was good. You reacted to your opponent jumping, so this is there. Good there. Okay, so you hit them. Currently invincible. Okay, this down air. Okay. I get it. You're going for the hype plays or whatever. Going for the funny plays. This down air was wishing it could work. There's no way this down air works. But this air was nice. We're gonna watch it again. So good Zaire. Now you run off the platform. You don't have a true follow-up here. So, again, recognize since you don't have a true follow-up from the Zaire, don't get over-ambitious, because keep in mind, what just happened here is, although you're still invincible, you've now put yourself on the platform. You now need to get out of the platform, because your invincibility will run out soon. So you could have, and you're also no longer in a position, you're no longer in a good spot to punish your opponent if you're on the platform and they are not. So I know you run off the platform here, that's not the problem. The problem was you like ran towards them with a down air. So yeah. I think after the Zaire, you could have just fallen through this platform, and now you would have been on the ground level, like down here. You've been down here, and your opponent been in front of you. So you now cornered your opponent, and you're invincible and they're not. So yeah, running off like this is not an optimal use of your positioning. Now you down air their shield. Oh, it actually whiffs, and you forward tilt. I think you should have jabbed. Oh, but you were facing the wrong way. You needed to turn around. Okay. Yeah, this is a little tough, right? When your back is facing the opponent, you could have dropped Zaire, not you. Yeah, could have absolutely dropped Zaire. You need to turn around. It's a little awkward. I think you should practice turning around and jabbing, because you see this range is obviously not a good range for a forward tilt, but you felt like you needed to press something. Dude Carlos, hi. Hello, Nico. Dude Nico. Did I hear a really loud thunder? No, but I think I'm about to. Oh, a few minutes ago? I think it's been more than a few minutes ago for me. It might have been a thunder very near your house, and a bit further away from mine. It cut your power out, damn. That's tough. Hey, my internet almost went out. So what was I gonna say? So forward tilt. As we already discussed forward tilt. As you can see, it's not very safe and it's not very fast. So it's frame 8. It was probably faster and more optimal to turn around, do a jab, right? That would have been quicker. You definitely within 5 frames you could turn around. So you should have done a turnaround jab. And that sounds really hard. Okay, then it's hard, right? But you could have definitely done, I think you could turn around and then jabbed. And the point is, the jab is way safer on shield than this forward tilt. I know you did a forward tilt the other way because your back was facing your opponent. You're like, I have to hit my opponent, right? So you could have also, what else could you have done? Oh, you know what else you could have done? You could have done like a forward tilt is frame 8, up air is frame 5. You could have done a jump up air to like barrel that shield or something. I don't know. Point is, that forward tilt's really not safe. So definitely on the close range boxing situations like this, do not forward tilt. Oh, they are thinking. Oh, Leo's going for a creative punish here. Oh, poor Byleth. Wait, does Byleth not have an out of shield option behind them? Oh no, backers frame 13. That's so sad. Oh man. Okay, against most characters, that forward tilt would have been terrible because Byleth is not privileged with his back air frame data. Can't actually punish that behind them. Very sad. But that forward tilt was, if you intentionally knew, haha, I'm going to forward tilt and you can't punish it, then fine. But you could have exploited this knowledge and done a turnaround forward tilt, a turnaround anything, because you know he can't punish you. You could just like jab, jab. What are you gonna do about this? What are you gonna do about me jab wanting you? Who's back? So anyways, he's gonna so unfortunately he's not gonna get a punish. He's gonna run at you when you're holding shield, but he's like, oh, he's gonna spot dodge. He was using his brain right now. He's like, oh, you're gonna spot dodge. You're scared. You're gonna spot dodge. And you don't. Okay, so you're holding shield. That's the mix-up. This is a mix-up. You're holding your shield for way longer than we have expected. Then he's gonna nair your shield and then you jump into it. Ah, it was almost so good. It's almost so good. Yeah, you jumped. You jumped. It'd be like that. You're holding your shield, you're in the corner, your options are limited. You know what I haven't seen you do even once, though? You haven't rolled. And you keep in mind, I know rolling a lot, maybe somebody told you it's a scrub tactic. You gotta be careful. Mindlessly rolling is a scrub tactic. But a roll is a powerful defensive option, right? Especially forward roll. Rolling towards your opponent is pretty good, right? Because especially so from the last game, they nerfed rolling away a lot. Like rolling away, you should like practically almost never do unless you have really good frame data on your back roll. But your forward roll is only 34 frames. I know Samus used to have the worst roll in the game, but now frame 34? That's not even that bad. Because look, Byleth is like frame 29 is a 5 frame difference. It's fine, right? Like, you should consider rolling forward every once in a while. So, yeah. Also, because he turned into a little ball, I can't even tell if it's a down B or a roll immediately. Can't even react to this properly. So yeah, consider the forward roll every once in a while. I don't think you've done it at all. And I think that's a situation where you could try forward rolling through your opponent, but you chose to jump out of shield, but you've jumped out of your shield before. I think. Okay, they're gonna nair you, forward tilts. Damn. I think it's more the fact that the animation is super slow. It's still not bad. Yeah, I think in Smash 4, the animation was even worse in comparison to the other characters or something like that. But definitely don't back roll. Backward is 39 total frames, but still, backwards roll for Byleth is 34 total frames. And also keep in mind with roll staling, a lot of people when they back roll, it's never their first roll. Usually they spot dodge and stuff like that. So backwards roll got heavily nerfed in this game, but forward roll is still good. Could have also spot dodged, right? So anyways, it's fine though. It's called disadvantage for a reason. It's called being in the corner for a reason. You kind of have to pick an option. You won't always pick the right option. You're kind of playing a rock, paper, scissors game. That's the nature of the game. Today you picked jump and it didn't work out. But let me see what you do now that you're off the stage. You're also at 5%, so you're probably not terribly concerned. You're gonna go from there. The forward tilt, damn, that looks like it should have hit. So sad. And now going to recover. Oh, you're gonna do a funny up air. Remember the first stock when I told you that doing it every once in a while is fine? But the very first stock, you did an aggressive get back onto the stage and you hit your opponent for it. And this time, Leo was ready for it. The first time you did a forward air and it worked out. But this is what I mean. You gotta be careful on making sure that these greedy stage recoveries are not a habit. Like every once in a while they're fine, but make sure they have a purpose, right? Now I know you're at low percent, but this is clearly, so you know what? You did it a second time, you're like, alright, what? Okay, if he hits me, he hits me, but I'm not gonna die. Sure, you're not gonna die. But now you should be like, okay. Alright bro, I tried to be greedy, but I'm not gonna do it anymore. I can see you're ready. So this should be, if you keep doing this though, every time you're at low stock or low health or whatever, that's how I'll know it's a habit, right? But since this is only the second time you just got hit for it, I can't tell if it's a bad habit that you have. But they definitely spaced themselves and they were definitely ready for it this time. So that's something you should take in mind in your own play, is when you see an opponent do this the first time and they hit you, you can be like, okay bro, I'll be ready the next time. Because that's what that was their adaptation right there. And you're gonna get hit by the forward air. No way, are you dead? That thing just lit up my already lit up room. It was low-key terrifying, damn. Okay, they went to pressure you off stage. Didn't get too much out of it. Ooh. Very greedy up B on your end. Yeah, be very careful with this up B. I don't think this is a good option to pick. It only worked out because they picked a down air for no reason. But you missed the ledge with this up B. Your up B has a lot of lag. It's like 20 frames, right? 24, 10,000 years, 24 frames of lag. So that's pretty laggy, right? So your opponent has enough time to react and hit you for missing it. Because they can tell you're going to miss right about here. They're like, wait, you missed. They could tell you missed. and then 10 frames after I know you missed, then you land, then you have the 24 frames of lag. Basically, this is a free punish for your opponent if they hadn't picked a funny down air for no reason. But now they're going to space a forward tilt. Now you're at the corner. What do? You pick jump again. Okay, you pick jump again. Your opponent spaced back thinking that they weren't sure if you were going to roll this time. But now they've learned. By spacing back, by dashing back like Leo did, he has now had the opportunity to cover your roll in case you mixed up, or get the read that you have a bad habit. So now they have learned, and we're going to see if they implement this. So if I was Leo, I'd be like, okay, I dashed back, they actually didn't mix up the roll, so now I can tell, you know what, they're not the type of player to mix up their corner option. They're just going to jump every time. Now, next time, I'll be ready. And then they dash back. Also, this dash back here, some Samuses like to forward air out of shield. It's a pretty funny option, so we gotta space around that. Or your forward roll. If you spot dodge, I can just dash back to reset. That's the thing, right? So right now you have to pick an option, you're in shield, right? So if you roll forward and I dash back, I can cover that, right? If you sit there in shield, I can dash forward and, oh, okay, you're still in shield, I'm gonna dash right back and reset. If you spot dodge, I can dash back and dash forward and reset. If you jump out of shield, I don't really get an option, but I get the read for next time. And not only that, specifically I can tell that you like to jump and not air dodge. This is a big giveaway that next time I can jump and hit you. Some players like to jump and then they air dodge to land on the platform, which means I have to be even more patient and try to punish the ending lag of the air dodge. Because you don't. In fact, it looks like you try to land with a nair here. It's like you try to jump and nair, you're actually extremely vulnerable. Next time you're in the corner, you're going to be extremely vulnerable with this habit. And you retreat to the platform. So that gives away your position. So now I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to jump onto this platform, and you're not going to throw an attack while you do it. You're not going to do an attack over here. So I'm not even afraid of you trading with me. For some reason, you do your attack over here, and you do the air dodge. And now they roll backwards. I don't know what that was about. Ooh, I think they tried to... Maybe they tried to wave dash. I actually don't think this rollback was intentional from the Byleth player. Dash forward, shield just in case. Then they rolled back. Yeah, I don't think that rollback was intentional. Unfortunately, it gave them too much lag to actually punish you. It's okay. We got the knowledge now. Okay. I think this dash attack. Why did you dash attack? Okay, what's happening? Okay, you did another funny down air from the platform. Keep in mind these down airs have extremely little chance of hitting your opponent. So I understand that it looks really funny when you hit a down air on the ground of the opponent and then they're going to bounce up into the air and then you're going to read an air dodge and boom, that's it. Get that into the highlight reel. You put that on Twitter. You get the followers. Everyone's like, oh, that's so amazing. You got an air dodge read after a down air. But look how impractical this is. You have to fish for this so hard. So probably stop going for it. So anyways, down air. Definitely not going to work. Then you see your opponent land. Dash attack. I don't think that even once Leo has just blindly ran into you, right? They've been more of staying in the air. I don't think they've ever ran up and grabbed you or ran up and dash attacked you. So considering that, this dash attack had pretty low odds of working since it's only covering basically the ground, and I don't even think they were really going to be there. Okay, that's fine though. Okay, they land, they do another forward tilt. Yeah, you see how they're like, they're spacing you out with moves, or they're staying in the air. And they're not really approaching you on the ground. Except for that dash attack. That was a funny dash attack. I don't know what they were reading. Maybe they were reading your dash attack. Will do. I'm trying to make it come, but I fast fall and don't do it properly. Oh, okay. That's what I. The issue wasn't that you were that there wasn't a technical. The issue wasn't the technical execution of the down air. It was the game plan of I'm going to down air right here. You want the last hitbox of down air to come out, not to spike. Oh, still though, like, think of the arc you're covering on the way down and think about how practical that is. You want this hitbox? That's pretty impractical, if I'm honest. Because look at how slow the down air is to begin with. So you're basically saying, I want to hit them with my frame 22 and 23 option. It's not even big. So you're basically wishing that this frame 22 or 23 option hits them. Because the sprite is frame 19 and 21. You want, yeah. So you're kind of wishing here. So this is what I mean of like, this is really, really impractical. Thank you, didn't realize why I was in motion. Oh, okay. I don't know what you mean by that, if I'm honest, sorry. But, anyways. Oh, what time does the tournament start? Hold up. Hold up, real quick. We're gonna pause this 2 hours and a half VOD review, by the way. We're just gonna make sure that I don't miss out on NXL online tournament today. Six? Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Rolo. I'm gonna sign up just in time. Where's the register button? Register. Please? Please let me register. Come on. Should you just directional air dodge to the ground? No. Where, in general, you shouldn't directional air dodge to the ground because A, if you do it out of tumble, you'll just force a tech situation. B, if you're not in tumble and you're just trying to land, directional air dodge has a lot of landing lag, right? It's got a in between, depending on how close you do it to the ground, the closer you do it to the ground, the more landing lag it has actually. It's got up to 20 frames of landing lag. As you can see, 11 through 19. Right? If you directional air dodge, you have up to 19 frames of landing lag. And this is on top of the directional air dodge has a very weird animation where your character like volleys to the side and then comes back. Yeah, so if you directional air dodge to a side, like you input a direction, first your character moves to the left and then they slingshot. So you have to, that slingshot animation combined with the up to 19 frames of landing lag makes it an extremely suboptimal option for landing. If you're just trying to get to the ground as fast as possible by fast falling, then just do that. Just run off a platform and fast fall. Yeah, directional air dodge and angle, no. They're all really impractical. The only application you should do this is that there are some very few characters where if you double jump and wave land, it's faster. Directional air dodge and an angle. What? Wait, what? Okay, so actually here, it shows you all the angles. You got air dodge left and right. You got diagonal left, diagonal up, diagonal down. As you can see, they all have different lagginess, but they're all fundamentally super laggy. So the directional air dodges are explicitly worse for landing. You should only do them. This is on a character-by-character basis. If you're trying to get onto the PS2 platform, there are a few characters where double jump through the platform, and then you can wave land, so just do a directional air dodge onto the platform to cancel the jump, basically. You can land slightly quicker than double jump fast falling, but it's like a few frame difference. But it looks cooler. It looks way cooler. Double jump and fast falling, lame, right? Double jump waveland though, people are like, oh shit, you got movement. Even though it's probably suboptimal, but they don't need to know that part. Okay, wait, anyways, my internet's lagging out on my phone, so I can't sign up for NXL online. Alright, continue. Hey, we signed up for it. We're now at NXL Online. Tonight's goal is to not go 0-2 in an online tournament. And that's all I asked for. Don't sign up for the Wi-Fi tournament. I sign up for my local Wi-Fi tournaments. I like to support the scene. And today I'm going a new character. Actually, today's character is going to be Squirtle. I'm gonna go Squirtle. And I'm gonna go specifically, there's some things with Squirtle I'm trying to try out specifically. So I decided that I think that my new mains I'm trying out. There's a lot of characters I've been playing. I think that when offline comes back, I think if I play Wolf and PT, you noticed I don't see a donation link? Oh! Yeah, I don't have a donation link thing, but you can always donate with bits, I think. So yeah. That's interesting. You know, now that I think about it, I never bothered setting up the whole donation thing because I thought that donations weren't like necessary because Twitch implemented bits. But I'll think about that, just in case somebody doesn't want to use bits. I didn't realize. I didn't use much of Twitch before I started streaming. I hadn't done it recently, so I was like, whoa, bits? Oh, it's the future. They replaced donation links. Twitch takes a cut from bits though. Oh, set it up. I'll definitely have it set up for next time. I didn't realize you don't want to use bits. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. I actually was not aware at all, actually. Just need a PayPal. Oh, this PayPal. That'd be pretty epic if PayPal doesn't take a cut. Okay. I'll set it up for next time. For sure. So, oh man, it's been 2.5 hours. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up in the next 15 minutes since this tournament is starting up. This is usually a thing with my VODs. I never get through the whole VOD. Never. Right? What, like I think I was watching CSP4's VOD. I think I did get through it eventually. No, I didn't. I don't think I even got through her VOD. You can do Streamlabs and set a donation link through Streamlabs for your PayPal on the pop-up on the screen. Yo, wait, that's actually kind of nice. I did see something about that, but I was like, oh, but there's bits. But now I know. Okay, so anyways, if you're just trying to land off the platform, probably just run off the platform and fast fall. That's probably what you want to do. Dash attack. It's gonna whiff. I didn't think it was likely to hit. Okay. Yeah, I think I see some uncertainty here, right? And it's natural to be uncertain about things when you're unfamiliar with them. Which software do you use to stream? Streamlabs? Yeah, I actually been using Streamlabs. I was like, whoa, this is kind of nice. Yeah, so I use Streamlabs. I was like, whoa, this is really, really, really cool. They have a little like shop or whatever with like some free themes, and I like the zombie theme thing. Yeah, it is kind of nice. They don't take a cut for my donations apparently, but I didn't pay attention to that part. I was just like, whatever, just give me a theme. Let's get started. Okay, so they do this landing nair into tilt again. The tilt does have a nice range though. But here's the problem, right? So you see that right now they whiffed a tilt. But rather than put yourself in a better position to punish it, you kind of just retreat and drop a bomb. And you kind of corner yourself. Okay, granted, it almost worked out. But I think fundamentally here, right, if you see your opponent kind of like whiff a move, So you need to have a game plan. Right now you jumped into the air. You think about, when you jump into the air, why are you jumping? Right now, I don't think this jump had a purpose. It didn't have a purpose, so then you place this bomb that also kind of had no purpose. And so what I mean to say is, right, is keep in mind that a lot of players just, it's hard to realize that jumping is a commitment, right? You never want to jump without a purpose, but jumping is actually a really big commitment. And as time goes on, it'll become more intuitive why it is such a big commitment, because you lose the ability to space around an opponent's moves. It makes it harder to whiff punish, right? So you can't really play neutral after you jump. So the floatier your jump is, the bigger commitment is. A character like Fox, who could like short hop fast fall before you can even react, and they have like a nair with no landing lag. Okay, maybe jumping for Fox is not a huge commitment, right? Because their jump is just a great jump. But a character with a really floaty jump like Samus, their jump is a huge commitment, right? And they don't have an amazing safe option or a really fast option to really pressure. So you jump, you did this full hop all the way up here. What are you gaining? What can you punish by being up here that you couldn't punish by staying on the ground? In fact, you lose the ability to punish certain things, because now if Byleth is a grounded option and it whiffs, you can't punish it because you're up here. Now, what you could have done, actually, is you could have done so I don't know what to call this. I think it's called ghosting, but I've never heard an official word for this. Is you could actually fast fall through this platform like it doesn't exist. So pretend this platform doesn't exist for a minute, right? So you had jumped into the air, right? They had whiffed a move. What you could have done is react to this whiff, fast fall through the platform as if it's not here, and then press Zair. And Zair would have hit Byleth, right? But it looks like you didn't react, or you weren't really looking at Byleth, and you kind of like, oh, I'm not really sure what to do. I'm gonna drop this bomb. So you kind of like, by committing to this bomb, you gave up the opportunity to punish her if she whiffs moves. Just keep that in mind in the future, is that though your moves might not look like they're inherently bad because you didn't get punished for them, think about what you give up. Think about what you gain and what you give up by summoning the bomb. Sent you a link to set up PayPal and Streamlabs. Check it out after stream. Thank you, man. So anyways, so yeah, just think about that. Is what you gain and what you lose by jumping, what you gain and what you lose by summoning the bomb. You use bomb to bait. I see. Well, you didn't actually have to bait. So you gave up a guaranteed punish in exchange for a bait. As you could probably see, that's probably why that's suboptimal, right? Because if you hadn't done bomb and punished this missed forward tilt, that would have been a guaranteed whiff punish. Instead, you went for a bomb bait, which has a lot lower chances of working. And they did a bad dash attack, so you were able to hit them with the charge shot and run up. You didn't get your punish. But I think you just need to become more familiar with what percent and what distance. This comes with time. Is okay, at this range I can get a grab and it's true. At this range is dash attack and it's true, right? Because this is really close to working. So that's just a execution intuition type of thing that just naturally comes with more familiarity with the character. As you become more proficient in more situations, it'll become more intuitive to know what you can and can't get. Because that type of thing is impossible to analyze in the moment. You just need to become one with it. The only way to do that is by playing the game a lot. Okay, we're gonna dash attack their shield. They're gonna nair out a shield you. Follow up? Hey, there's a follow up there. Dash attack. And please don't skip over the ledge this time. Okay, you just up B, you recover. Okay, they covered the ledge jump and it whiffed. C, bomb bait to change momentum, and then charge shot to dash, but my timing and percentages are off. I see. C, bomb bait to change momentum. I don't know, your bomb is still really laggy, so you gotta be careful, especially when you get offline, right? As you play more offline, you'll realize that the bomb is actually kinda punishable once an opponent knows just how much lag you're stuck in the bounce. If you summon the bomb in the air, you're stuck in 48 frames of lag. By the way, I don't know how much the lag is if you are bounce off of it. The point is, it's actually a lot of lag. So if someone reacts to the bomb in such a way, in reality, that bomb you did was no threat. That bomb was literally no threat, and you're just stuck drifting with no options. That's the problem with that bomb, is that because you summoned it and the bomb got stuck in the platform, so it can't even get in the opponent's way, and you're stuck drifting off the platform. Your opponent be like, okay, bro, forward air. Like, you can't do anything. You're stuck in 1,000 years of lag. But obviously, offline, it becomes harder to react to, right? So anyways, just so you know, be very careful. Make sure your bombs have a purpose, and think about this bomb that you summoned on the platform had 0% chance of hitting your opponent unless they jumped into it, which they probably won't. And even if they do jump into it, it's just not going to happen, actually. Because that would involve them putting themselves in a bad position to begin with by going to the platform, which is not something players want to do. Alright. They're gonna bet it all. Oh yeah, see what I mean? When you don't have a lead, that's the time to go for plays like this, right? Remember when I told you earlier about your backer covering only one option, that was a ledge jump, and I said why it was a bad idea? But I had mentioned if you don't have a lead, maybe it isn't such a bad idea because now you can get a kill and get back into the game. That's kind of what happened here with this F smash, right? That if you had jumped, this would have killed you, and they would have been back into the game, right? Because they don't have a lead, and they're actually pretty close to losing the stock, and they're like, man, what are the chances I'm going to win against this Wi-Fi Samus? Anyways, you can see suddenly it becomes kind of a favorable option. So that's what it means. This is the thing to keep in mind. Anyways, it's not going to work out because you're like, wait, it's not going to work out. Come on. But now you're gonna back throw? Okay, back throw. Let me see how you edge guard. This completely uncharged charge shot that you threw out is not the wave. And the reason why is because it's just too slow. So if the goal was to block off this horizontal area, right, just to deny this area, you think about by the time it comes out and gets into your opponent's zone, look how far low your opponent is. They literally can't even jump into it. So this is basically too slow to be a real threat. Because there's no way they jump into this. It's actually impossible, right? Even if they tried to jump into this, they couldn't, right? They would have had to have jumped like right here, and then jumped into the bomb on purpose. 5 minutes, okay. It's alright, it's alright. But you're gonna drop a bomb. That bomb you dropped was better, right? So I think what you could have done is you could have charged for free if you're not gonna contest them. It was to scare them. It wasn't very scary though. I think if you had stayed on this ledge, charge your charge shot, right? Because now it's free charge shot time, right? And then... okay, here's the thing. I think what you could have done is because they could have ledge... They could have just buffered a jump out of disadvantage, which is pretty common for some players to do, and they would have jumped over this. What I'm trying to get at is that this specific angle, this specific area that this charge shot is covering is extremely unlikely to hit the opponent because the opponent had no chance of being there anyways, right? So that's no real pressure. If you had instead, maybe if you had jumped and shot it, or even if you had shot a soft missile that would have chased them, that's scarier. So the soft missile is more pressure. It's kind of laggy though. 54 frames. Could be worse. So you could have either charged your charge shot, to gain a meter or whatever, projectile advantage, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're charging your charge shot. You could have also jumped. You could have jumped and shot the charge shot, and that would have covered them jumping back onto the stage, right? Because then they would have jumped and been like, oh, I want to get hit by this, air dodge, and boom, free kill. If they jump and have to air dodge, because that's a free kill for you, basically, right? Because you have 1,000 years to react to the air dodge. Likewise, if they were going to go low, right? So you could have jumped, shot the charge shot, reacted to, they're not jumping, and then you go low. So this goal could have been accomplished through probably jumping and then coming down. I think this individual shot was useless. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, jump, charge shot, you can react. Okay, didn't cover a jump. Okay, well now it can go down. So now they're going low. Now I can summon the bomb. And because the charge shot is so non-committal, being at 31 frames, there's a lot of options you don't think about. That's how it is. That's how it is. And next, go low, go low, go low to the windows. Hey, what's up, G-Muffin? Founder, 1 month subscriber. That's a nice founder's badge you got there, G-Muffin. To the walls. Wait, I gotta sign up. I don't even have my Switch on me. Don't DQ me. Hey, G-Muffin, your seating bracket, right? Don't DQ me. But, I have to go get my Switch. Alright. So, you don't do anything? Come on. You're featured. This is NXL featuring Ju-Muffin. Thunder is terrifying. Yes, Tony. Also, hi, Tony. Hello. You saw yourself on Discord? Pog? Where? Where are you? Oh, was it here? I guess so, huh? Guess you were there. It was in my DMs. I'm actually gonna block you right now, Nico. Where are you? Alright. We got that settled. Let me go sign up for Do Not. Thank you, Carlos. You know I have to go now. I'm just kidding. Wait, did I remove you from my friends list? Oh no! Okay, wait. Nico? This is you, right? Okay, okay. Oops. Oops. It'd be like that. Is that... Alright. Not gonna stream bracket? I am. Carl's have a great tournament. Thank you for everything. Extremely helpful advice. I've never looked up frame data or knew much about us again. Thank you for mentioning that. Hey, Arachnos, you're welcome. Thank you for submitting this VOD with MK Leo. It's not often that I get to review a VOD against a player as good as Leo, but even though it was just friendlies on Wi-Fi, there's still a lot that we could have learned. So anyways, I think that'll be it for this VOD review. Arachnos, right, since you're subbed, right, I'd like to see you get another video submitted to me, probably like a week from now. Specifically, I want to see you, by next week, I want to see, what do I want to see? What are the topics I specifically think you could implement reasonably within a week? Okay, I want you to stop air dodge, directional air dodging. I want you to stop down airing off the platforms, and what else? I guess there wasn't. You're not like a beginner player. I can tell, right? Usually with beginner players, it's really easy to give them like a checklist of what to do for next time. But for you, it's a little more like, these are more like mid-level concepts, and they're more like not really so easy to hammer down, right? I can't, just the only actual true mistake things I've seen was, I guess, the turnaround F-tilts, B-reverse, just some minor movement things. I want you to become more familiar with all your movement options. So practice turnaround neutral special, right? Practice, yeah, I think turnaround neutral special is practical enough. You'll be doing that sometimes. Just turn around, jabbing. Look at your frame data. Since you haven't seen it before, look at your frame data for your moves. And just like think about what is safe, what's unsafe, and why, and what you should be going for in close range situations. Like, I'm not trying I'm not trying to say the frame datas will have all the answers. Yes, B reverse, turn around. Okay, that's very different. So when you, I should have been more clear about this. So you know how you can just turn around with a side special, and all you do is you just do the side special the other way, right? Neutral specials can also be turned around without B reversing them. So B reversing specifically refers to the fact that you turn around and bring your momentum with you the other way. So B reverse will reverse all your momentum, but turn around just turns you around. So for neutral special, what you have to do is you tap back on the stick, let go of the stick, and then press the B button, and you will turn around. And it won't be a B reverse. So yeah. Whereas if you press B and then flick the stick backwards, you'll do the B reverse and you'll take your momentum with you, which might not be what you want. It's a very tight window. It is. It is. Wave bouncing is a combination of the two, and for Samus, it's just to flex on your opponent that you can wave bounce. I don't think you have to learn how to wave bounce neutral special. There's just some Samuses that do it all the time, and I swear it's just to flex, right? But for sure, being comfortable with turning around your neutral special is useful. Because you could do some funny movement mix-ups too, because your charge, I think the charge could be cancelled in 13 frames, I believe, right? So what you can do is if you're running, so some funny applications is, for instance, if you run off the stage and you need to have access to back air, one thing you can do is you can run off the stage, you can jump, you can do a turnaround charge, and then jump again and back air, and your opponents will be like, whoa. But yeah, that's why it's important to know what your fastest options to turn you around are. So yeah, just get familiar with that. That's just a super flex, by the way, is doing a wave bounce charge. Is kind of nice mix up. Yeah, but I think it's kind of more of a flex mix up. What's really annoying for me to deal with is the stupid bomb mix ups when landing. I swear. I'm like, why is this so effective? I know it shouldn't be effective. But yeah, wave bounce charge shot is kind of nice sometimes. So look, I'll be honest with you. Personally, wave bounce bomb. Okay, I don't know about that one. Wait, I need to go smash GG. Hold on, let me go smash GG. And Excel? Am I gonna get DQ'd? Okay, so look. So now Arachnos, the responsible thing I want you to do is to first implement all the practical tech of your character. But then, once you have mastered the practical tech, if you're gonna be playing this character for a long time, you should, just to keep it really fun, to get you really engaged, right, and keep it fun for you, you should, I think it's really good to become a master of even the impractical tech of your character. I think in the long term, it keeps you more engaged, right? It helps you flex on your opponent, right? Oh. Brackets? Oh, this is the last NXL. I was like, what's happening? Today's May 15th, right? Yeah. And I have a buy. Oh.